a man middle-aged and mean, chasing a dream that's never been. Filed another case, he's losing ground. Can't stop wheels from spinning round. He's got minions on his side, no prayer. Still fighting on, it's just a nightmare. Pull him up, you're making it worse. Endless motions, pocket full of curse. YouTube hits, but your soul's in chains. Protracting pain, multiplying shame. Pull him up, can't you see? You're drowning in your own hypocrisy. Every case is a money grab. Put it on the tube, that's the only tab. Litigation game, no need to win. Just drag it out and reel him in. Twist the law, break the rules. He's playing games, but he's just a fool. Pull him up, you're making it worse. Endless motions, pocket full of curse. YouTube hits, but your soul's in chains. Protracting pain, multiplying shame. Pull him up, can't you see? You're drowning in your own hypocrisy. Every motion's just for show. Filing papers, moving slow. Courtrooms a circus, all a game. But in the end, who is to blame? Sick of the noise, sick of the lies. The case is dead, he'll never realize. Pull him up, you're making it worse. Endless motions, pocket full of curse. YouTube hits, but your soul's in chains. Protracting pain, multiplying shame. Pull him up, can't you see? You're drowning in your own hypocrisy. On the case another day. Will the judge care the sky's gone gray? Pull him up, it's all a trap. You're digging your hole, fall in that gap. Pull him up, your time's all spent. Lost in the game, no way to repent. Mommy didn't love you enough, germ. Too bad, not sad. Pull him up.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? Sorry, I'm so late. We had an issue with the vehicle. So I'm just gonna get right into it right now because we have Mike Volpe and Richard Luthman here, and there's a lot to discuss. A lot's been going on, right? So, Mike, why don't you give us some updates? Start with you about anything that's gone on since we last spoke to you on here.
A lot's
What
going on.
happened?
But
Yeah.
Jeremy Hales made his second, even more frivolous and more empty threat to get involved in my child custody case. So
Yeah,
the
I knew you
first
wanted to
time-
talk about that. Mhm.
Yeah, the first time he did it was like late May, and I had a shock factor for like 5 minutes. The second time it was like last week, and there was no shock factor. At some point you can't just keep saying you're doing it. Go do it. And I responded, send her Venmo Katrina. That's my ex-girlfriend's name. Venmo her 10 grand. That's a black hole. 10,000. She would just spend it anyway. She wouldn't use it on a lawyer. I said this, I think, on our show. I doubt that Jeremy knows what state my custody case is in. I very much doubt he knows what county. And even if I'm wrong about those two, I'm definitely not wrong about, he doesn't know anything about the custody case. So he's making empty threats. On some level, I'd rather her have a lawyer so I could talk to somebody who's rational. But This is like, it's pathetic.
I mean, does he know anything? I mean, obviously you got custody for a reason. Does he have any idea anything about that, or he's just literally
No,
throwing
look, and
these threats?
I told this to Rich on the show. He doesn't
Mm-hmm.
know this. If he listens, he knows now. Her parents testified for me. She has no chance. Her parents testified for me. Do you know how bad that is in a custody
Yeah.
case?
Yeah.
By the way, Elvis's wife, Priscilla, testified for Lisa Marie's ex-husband. And that was part of the reason why Lisa Marie lost custody. But yeah, she has no chance. So he constantly makes empty threats. Now he's still claiming that he served Rich. And his fans, they're ridiculous. One of the guys, when I put this on Facebook, he's like, I'll bet you $10,000. Like, you wouldn't pay it, so who cares? But he didn't.
Yeah, Rich supposedly ran away from this server at the court, like running down the steps or something.
If he ran away, then did you serve him? And then I thought he was served in May. What do you like super duper service? Well, I've already served you, but he was
super duper service. That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. Was this the second time?
Not only that, where's the proof of service in the docket?
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
it's
Where's
not.
that?
The hard part is serving. The filling out
Right.
the affidavit is not that hard once you've served the guys. So you would think it would be up on Monday. It's not up. Well, maybe the guy's a little slow. We'll see. Look, Jeremy, he counts on his fans being dumb, and they forget that he says this stuff. But in February, he claimed that both Levi County and the feds were investigating Rich and I for a solicitation of something or another. I don't know what that was.
Oh, but they were heavily involved.
Yeah, no, he was lying. That was a lie. Claiming that Rich was served, that's a lie. There's all kinds of lies this guy makes. So,
He's claiming Robbie was served because those papers were posted on his gate, and obviously somebody had to go through the gate, and so that means service.
Right. Now, service is you've got to give it to a human, and a human.
Well, I actually literally looked at the what the order was, and it says according to Florida Rules of Civil Procedure 4.11 or 411 whatever. And if you go and you look that up, it says there's A, B, and C, and it literally each one has to be whatever it says on there. I had it posted on here word for word, but it literally says that you have to serve someone. Here it is, right here. Like in his instance, delivering a copy of each to an agent authorized by appointment or by law to receive service or process. Let's see. Leaving a copy of each at the individual's dwelling or usual place of abode with someone of suitable age and discretion who resides there. So that's not what happened. That's not a gate,
Right. No, you can't.
Jeremy's trying to say
Can't
because
leave
the
it
gate's already locked.
Right.
Of course the gate's already locked. And he's also trying to say that driveway is not his driveway, and yes, it is. And meanwhile, this guy sat on his driveway, basically trespassing for however long it was.
Right. Well,
but no served.
Service is very rudimentary and it's archaic, and there should be a better way to do it. But woe is me. You got 90 days, and it's all excuses anyway. So it doesn't matter why you didn't serve the guy. You didn't serve him. But that's not the important part. This is the second time he's lied about serving.
Yeah.
And service, it's so unimportant. Why is he lying about something that's so insignificant? He has no respect for his fans. He knows that.
No, none whatsoever. I mean, constantly lying. Every little thing he says now is a lie.
They will go down believing his lies. Some of them still think that.
I'm telling you, I think he needs to be checked. I mean, there's something wrong there. That's my opinion. There's something totally wrong.
Your wife and
but I'm not a doc.
You beat your wife and kids. There's something wrong with you, and that's what he did.
Right?
And then after he beat them, he
love to see that psych eval. I think he needs another one.
Right? Yeah, we're probably not going to see the psych evaluation because that's that's going to be hidden. But we
see a little brain scan. The problem is they won't find anything.
Right. we
Brain's
see
hard.
we see the result of the psych evaluation. So
Right.
the result is you don't talk to your kids, any of them. All you have is your YouTube channel. You don't have a family because everyone who knows you doesn't like you.
Yeah, and that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
You lost your image there, Mike. Just saying.
No, I took it off. You want me to put it back on?
No. It has nothing. It doesn't have an avatar either. It's up to you. Do whatever you want. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. I don't use mine anyway. But we
Right.
always get to see Rich.
Right.
And Rich always puts something funny behind him. Right now, he's in the middle of an ass.
The Trump had. So you didn't want me to go off on Leslie. I don't know what go off means. But,
No,
but she deserves
well,
criticism.
based on your post,
She
and
deserves
what you said, I just
criticism.
wanted you to understand what has recently transpired,
Right.
and I wanted you to understand that.
All right. So first of all, she keeps bringing my name up, which is fine. I did reach out to her. I did ask to do an interview. That's all I asked. The way she makes it sound, it's like I recruited her. I didn't recruit her. After the first interview, everything she did was on her own. So she turned this into a cause, including suing him. And then it got too hot for her, and she wanted to get out. Well, she knew what she was getting
There's
into.
reasons it got too hot.
Yeah, well, that reason was the same.
I can see your point.
As a lawyer, if you file a lawsuit and then you dismiss it 5 weeks later, that's laughable. That's something that trails her and her husband for a long time. What is she going to do? Threaten a lawsuit for anyone? They'll laugh at her. You file a lawsuit and dismiss it like 6 weeks later. That's weak. That's just weak. And she gave them a lot of power, and now they think that they're untouchable, and they can operate.
They can think that. That's not the truth.
They have a point. Someone sued them. The only frivolous lawsuit right now that's clearly frivolous is the one Leslie filed. 6 weeks later, she dropped it. All right, that's a frivolous lawsuit. She knew that the lawsuit process was going to take years. She knew that it was going to be hard. And 6 weeks later, she couldn't handle it. That's a frivolous lawsuit. There's no other way to put it.
That's true. And I know that people had said, her being involved, there's going to be repercussions. However, the repercussions we've all had.
Listen, she didn't need to be involved. All right. She works with her husband. They got a law firm. She didn't need to be involved. She didn't even need to do the interview. But after the interview she did with me, that's all she needed to do. She chose the rest of it. She wanted to come on your show. She wanted to sue. She wanted to make satirical videos. She wanted to do a lot of this stuff under a pseudonym. And 6 weeks later, she couldn't handle it. So I don't know what you mean by going off on her, but this isn't her.
Well, no, I didn't know what you were going to say. I just wanted you to be easy because I knew that you didn't know what happened over the weekend. And
I don't care what happened over the weekend. When she sued, she knew who she was.
Well, he's threatening her.
Right.
He's threatening her. And he's using her family to do it.
Yeah, he threatens everyone. Here, you know what? I'll break news.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Megan Fox was talking to my ex-girlfriend in May. All right? That's the kind of people they are. All right? I know they were trying to co-opt my ex-girlfriend. So what? That's the kind of people they are. That's why they need to be stopped. So what? Oh my God, he threatened her. He threatened me over the weekend. What do you want? Then why'd you sue? You didn't. What'd you think he was going to do?
Honestly, I don't think she really realized what she walked into. Now, with all the attacks that have gone on, Mike, honestly, with all the attacks within the minions, whatever, like it's been spread out when it comes to me, Robbie. It's been spread out over months.
Right.
Okay,
well, here
you guys, started reporting on it, and then they attacked you.
Right. Why don't you help us? If you're filing a lawsuit, is that something you should do on a whim, or is that something you should think about and consider and plan for?
Well, no, it's you should definitely think about it and consider it and plan for. But they
she
gave them all the information that they were saying was wrong. She gave them all the affidavits. She showed them the stuff from the bar, and they continuously did it. You know,
Yeah, well,
but
then
one thing
she
I'm trying to
goes,
say though is that they went after her hard, 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
bing, bam,
they went
boom, in
after
a
me
very, very
hard. They
big
go
way,
after,
fast.
yeah, they go after Rich hard. They go after everybody hard. That's why they need to be stopped.
Yeah, but
Hold
not as
on,
quickly as they did
Rich.
hers. I don't think she expected that. I really don't, because
Oh,
I
well,
sure
then
as
she
hell
should have
didn't.
thought about that before she filed her lawsuit. Rich, when you file a
Well,
lawsuit, is that something you should do on a whim or should you plan it out?
I want to plan it out. I think that
Yeah,
it
well, then
usually
there
goes
you
a little bit
go.
better when you get your ducks in a row.
Yeah, well, maybe she should have thought about it. Maybe she should have asked a few people and considered it, and ran it by a few people before she filed the lawsuit. So, what do you
oh,
want? Oh, she had buyer's remorse with a lawsuit. Do you understand how pathetic it is to withdraw a lawsuit 5 weeks after you filed it?
yeah, but what I'm saying is you don't understand the capacity of what they were
I
doing
don't
with her
care.
family.
You understand how
Well,
pathetic it is to
she
file a
she wanted
lawsuit and
out. She
withdraw
did. She no longer wanted anything to do with Jeremy and his bullshit. She's
it? Yeah.
begged him to stop
Well, then
several
she should have
times.
stopped. Then she should have
She wrote
stopped.
him letters to stop several times.
Yeah, then
You
she
know,
should have stopped. Then she should have stopped after the second interview. She chose this, and now she wants to stop it. The
well,
whole
but
thing
it
is
affects her
weird.
family. Then I can
Oh
understand that.
yeah, well yeah. Megan was talking to my son's mother about ruining my life. I didn't stop. All right, but that's beside the point. If she didn't like any of this, she shouldn't have gotten into it to begin with. Nobody forced this on her. She knew what she was getting into. And the Hales minions act like this is my fault. First of all, I warned her. I told her she'd be attacked. Number two, everything she did on her own. She decided to do it. And then it got too hot. Oh, they're
She
attacking my.
didn't know the involvement with her dad. And Michael, it did come fast on her. It really and truly did. I was shocked. I mean, the fact that they're attacking her, I'm not shocked about that. It's how fast and how bluntly and all the channels.
Oh my God,
I mean,
Rich and I
no,
interviewed
it was.
Bruce, and that night Tug's going after both of us. How fast?
Yeah, but no, but it was seriously heavy. They did not attack you the same way they went after
They
her.
attacked me the same way. All right.
I guess I didn't see that, but I just her
Calling me
family.
an abuser. Please.
Yeah, but they went after her family, man. They
went after
literally
my
like.
family, Jeremy.
They're going after Mike's family too. They're going after everybody.
Yeah,
That's how they do it.
please.
Look, I'm
Please.
not trying to sit here. All I can tell you is that
Megan's talking to
what
my
happened over the
ex-girlfriend,
weekend.
and you guys are acting like it's different.
Yeah, I'm not saying no. Look, I'm not trying to say it's different. I'm saying that she did file the lawsuit because of defamation and all that, which was in fact real. That's what he was doing. He was totally defaming her. Whether she did it, fast or not, okay, I get it. But after everything that happened, once her father was involved, sending stuff to her house, and then Shockett blackmailing her and threatening her over the weekend, it was a whole different ballgame. Okay,
Right.
to her, and she just wanted out. She wanted no more, and that's why she did what she did.
Right. She didn't know.
You know?
What did she think Jeremy Hales was going to do when he was sued? What did she think he was going to file a motion, seek a mediation to try to resolve the differences? The fuck did she think was going to happen? All right. She things got too hot. She couldn't stand in the kitchen. Except she should have thought about that before she filed a lawsuit. 6 weeks after you file a lawsuit, if you withdraw it, that's pathetic. That's something other lawyers are going to know about. This is going to trail her for the rest of her life.
Well, now she's a defendant in a lawsuit with him.
Oh, and she thought he wouldn't sue her? Please. None of these things she thought about before filing the lawsuit, which she did on a whim. All right, and that's what happens when you do things on a whim.
Well, anyhow, next. I don't want to keep going over it. I just know that she was attacked brutally, faster, harder, like within a very short period of time compared to everybody else. And there are issues there, and they affected her bad. Right. So
she responded differently than everybody else. All right. I interviewed Rich and I interviewed Bruce, and Tug was going after us that night.
Mm.
One thing that was different is she reads all that stuff.
Well, all right. Hey, Robbie's here. Hold on. Let me look in. Welcome, Robbie.
Hello, everybody.
How
Hello,
you
Michael. Hello, Richard.
What's going on, Robbie?
doing?
What's up, bro?
Yeah, same old, same old.
So Michael, was there anything else that you specifically wanted to update everybody about?
Well, Rich and I are going to interview a state senator from Idaho tomorrow because after we covered the Arizona Ad Hoc Joint Legislative Committee on Family Court Orders, Idaho formed they call it a task force, but a similar committee. So the Dominoes for Reform, I went to Idaho. That was part of the reason. So that in about a month and a half after I went to Idaho, they formed their own committee and they held a hearing.
Right.
So the dominoes for reform are falling. So there's big news on the family court front. And you like the article I did today. There's an illegal alien who was arrested by ICE. And hold on, I don't know. I've got his name somewhere. But he was released from a Lake County, Illinois jail. His name is Jose Luis Mendoza Gonzalez.
I could have got that.
He's got 5 million names. Let me read from the article. Immigration authorities in Chicago arrested a Mexican illegal immigrant accused of decapitating a missing Illinois woman and storing her body in a storage container filled with bleach. Jose Luis Mendoza Gonzalez, 52, of Waukegan, Illinois, that's way up north near Wisconsin, was arrested in April and charged with concealing a corpse, abusing a corpse, and obstruction of justice, according to DHS. Immediately after his first court appearance, Lake County Judge Randy Bruno released him from custody. And I did a bunch of stories about Judge Bruno last year, and she gave custody to a suspected child molester, and she gave him custody because a quack doctor named Dr. David Finn testified that the mother, Susama George, has Munchausen. You've heard that term. And his theory on the Munchausen is she has Munchausen, and that's why her syndrome by proxy. So it's like she gives someone, she gives someone else some sort of malady. And in his case, the malady was her daughter believing she's being molested. That's his theory for Munchausen syndrome by proxy. So in November of 2023, she gave the dude custody temporarily. Then they held a custody trial in May, and that was a show trial. And then he got sole custody, and then this came out. So she's a very dangerous lady, Judge Randy Bruno is. She gives custody to child abusers, lets out dangerous criminals. The article is picking up, not this one's picking up steam too, but one of the older articles is picking up steam because they've noticed that she's got a history. But a really bad judge out there. But and Megan knows how dangerous it is, that label of Munchausen. So when she labeled Michelle with it, she knew exactly what she was doing. These kinds of labels, they're used a lot, and they're extremely dangerous.
Well, Megan was on a rampage tonight. I mean, going on about everything and everybody and the whole 9 yards. She went off about Michelle and the adoption, all that stuff, all over again. Like, she apparently picked out everything one by one and went at it. So
right. She has no material, so she has to go back and talk about things that happened 2 years ago. Yeah.
Well, she should learn how to do something, because honestly, she must be real tired trying to find some stuff and.
Well, maybe on her next slide,
she looks exhausted.
Maybe on her next slide, she can discuss the secret telecommunications she had with my ex-girlfriend Katrina, and tell everyone about the woman she thought was a psycho and why she thought she was a good source. Maybe she could explain to everyone why in May she decided to try to co-opt my ex-girlfriend, why she thought that was a good idea. By the way, apparently my ex-girlfriend's information was so bad, even Megan wasn't buying it.
Right.
And Jay Anon didn't know I knew that when he threatened me. But you can keep threatening me, Jeremy. Except, I know a lot of stuff about my custody case. So, maybe on her next slide, she can talk about what happened in her conversation with Katrina. That'll be new material. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, she needs to find something new to talk about, but I don't think that would
Right.
be
Well, if she's still
smart
talking
of her.
about Michelle's adoption, then yeah, she
Yeah.
does.
So, Richard, what's new with you?
Oh, I have plenty of things going on. We put out.
Rich, why don't you tell us about your fugitive status?
Let's not even get into that. They're going to dig into that. That's going to be probably tomorrow. The next day's big news. So that's already. It's being covered by some right wing outlets. So I'm going to let them.
Well then,
break the news.
why don't you?
I'm going to be filing in federal court. I have a big filing so people can see it. But there's something very big coming. Very big. But the other stuff I want to talk about it really is I put out that article about Randy Shockett and
Right.
the other night, which is about
Yes,
Randy.
I saw that.
And so that article pretty much lays out that he's been a menace for years, and he basically was a real shitbrick in Missouri as a dentist, and he was doing fake procedures. They suspended his license, then they turn around and he's practicing dentistry without the license, and then he goes and he lies about doing that and exacerbates everything he does. Finally gets to the point where he puts in a consent order to say, okay, fine, take my license and it's done. He
Right.
leaves, and what does he do next? He goes to University of Miami Law School, the School of Law. He graduated in 1995. Then 1998, he shows up in Arkansas trying to. Well, that was with the Supreme Court. He was at the Supreme Court level trying to get admitted to the bar. So from 95 when he got out of law school to 98, he tried to become a lawyer in Arkansas, and he was thwarted 10-1 at the Supreme Court. Then he goes to Florida, and he gets admitted to the Florida bar 7 years later by 2005. And so since then he's been a lawyer, and it's not been without controversy. He's been, accused of stealing clients, using adjusters to steal clients from insurance companies. He's been accused of dishonesty. He was admonished once by the court for contacting a client who was represented by counsel with their lawyer not present. And he's also received ethical complaints from Mr. Volpe and Super Dave now and a few others most recently. And the court is the judge in one case actually referred him for ethical breaches and for disciplinary stuff.
Yeah, because they said that one judge said that he was filing false documents or false information in that case.
This is an insurance guy, and the stuff with hurricanes and that type of stuff. That's pretty dude. If he's going to be preying on people that are in insurance problems, especially when you have Florida, we have so many hurricanes, and these could be insurance victims for hurricanes. So he's just a real scumbag, and I don't know how he's got his license. And so we're going to keep on going because there's more stuff too. That was just that's part of the series. I talked about his law partner before that in another article, who is the one who's the carpetbagger from down in the Boca area. She wants to be a judge, and so she hasn't seen a place that she doesn't want to be a judge. She got run out of Boca because of election, crimes, basically.
Right.
Probably charged as crimes. But what's it? Doreen Turner Ingalls is her name, and she's actually the one who's been writing all of Jeremy's stuff. She's like the office person that writes a lot of it. I don't think that Rocket Shockett Sprocket is smart enough to.
Randall.
Yeah, I don't think Randall.
Yeah.
Smart enough to put everything together. I think she's the one that actually does the writing in the office. And you go to the Florida bar page, her office is the office in Trenton, Florida, where Randy works. So they work out of the same office. She's affiliated with Randy's office. And the word on the street is that Randy left his wife and kid to be with her. So there's another wrinkle to that, that relationship. It's not just professional from what I hear. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on with this. But Randy's always a good source of sleeves. So we'll keep tracking Randy down. Randy's gonna have problems because
I think so. I can tell you he's got another bar complaint coming soon. Probably two.
He just turned around. Leslie withdrew her case, irrespective of how he feels about it. Look at the timing with respect to the legal activity. So Leslie pulls it back, and you're trying to resolve something. Okay, let's make the litigation go away. And then 2 days later, Jeremy fucking sues. And
Right.
it's not Jeremy's name on the bottom of the thing, it's Randy Shawkins. So
Yep.
if you're going to withdraw the complaint and you're talking to the other side and everything else, you're not trying to resolve cases. You're actually trying to, create litigation, create problems for the courts,
Right.
or you're just trying to create content, one of the two. And either way, the judge won't be happy when the reckoning finally comes down with Jeremy Hales and Randy Shawkins. So
Yep.
I've been writing about that stuff in this case. I also sent a nice little email yesterday. If you want to put that up, that would be awesome. Did everybody see that email?
Hang on, let me get it.
Put it
Let
up,
me
'cause
grab that.
last night on the live, Jeremy told one fib after another, the fibber, Jeremy the fibber, and so the fibber turned around and he said that I was served, like Mike said before. But it was the first time he said that I was served, and he was totally lying. He's a fucking liar. He just lies about me being served. I don't know why he likes to lie about me being served. If somebody served me, I was half expecting to get served. I was in federal court in front of Magistrate Judge Mizell in the Middle District of Florida, Fort Myers Division. And he basically, I'm not like judge. I'm in other cases. I have to tell the judge what are the cases you're in front of just for scheduling and everything else. Like I got this maniac up in Florida. Oh, here we go. Hey, ignoramus. You want to read it?
Yeah. So it says, okay.
Show everybody that's on it. Show everybody that's on the. I copied all of our friends.
Can y'all see it?
Mhm.
Yeah. See the thing over there. You have the arrow. You have an arrow there. You can click. Everybody can see everybody on it. Yeah. There you go.
Oh.
It's got Jeremy,
Okay.
Randy Shockett. It's got you. It's got Bruce. It's got Super Dave. It's got Mike, and it's got Ray. So I put everybody.
You should have
I
put
put
it
the whole thing.
in Tug. And
Oh,
she's
wait,
like,
hold on.
I didn't send this to Chuck and Jizzy. I could care less about them or Megan. So go ahead, Lisa.
It says, Jeremy, you really are pathological. You said publicly today I was served in your frivolous lawsuit in the Northern District of Florida. That is a lie. I have not been served. You're a liar and an ignoramus. That means you're very, very stupid. The only way I could have missed your process server is if he was the invisible man. If you purport to have served me, which you haven't, send me a copy of the affidavit of service. Better yet, have Randy Rocket Shockett file it on the federal court docket. Understand that the first thing I will do with it is sorry. The first thing I will do with it will be to bring it to the FBI office for your information. Knowingly file a false affidavit of service on a federal court docket may constitute multiple federal crimes. First, under 18 U.S.C. 1001, it is a felony to knowingly and willfully make a materially false statement in any matter within the jurisdiction of the judicial branch. An affidavit of service is a sworn statement submitted to the court and thus falls squarely within this provision. In the affidavit, I got to move it to the other screen because it's so small. Okay, there we go. In the affidavit contains a false declaration under penalty of perjury pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1746. It may also violate 18 U.S.C. 1621, perjury, and 1623, false declarations before a court, both of which require that the declarant, did I say that right? Declarant. Declarant knowingly makes false statements under oath or affirmation in connection with a federal proceeding. Further, such conduct may constitute obstruction of justice under 18 U.S.C. 1512 C2, which criminalizes corruptly obstructing or impeding an official proceeding. A fraudulent affidavit of service intended to mislead the court or to procure a default judgment qualifies as an effort to obstruct judicial proceedings. If the act is part of a broader fraudulent scheme involving use of mails or electronic communications, it may also give rise to charges under 18 U.S.C. 1341 and 1343, mail and wire fraud, especially where the filing is calculated to deprive a party of property or procedural rights. In addition, such conduct may subject the filer to criminal contempt under 18 U.S.C. 401, as the submission of false evidence to a federal court constitutes misbehavior that obstructs the administration of justice. Dang. Attorneys involved in such conduct may also face sanctions under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 11, 28 U.S.C. 1927, or disbarment and other discipline under applicable state or local rules of professional conduct. Additionally, it must be said that I do not fear service of your papers. In reality, I welcome them. I recognize the four corners of your complaint. I love that because that's like law lingo right there, the four corners of the complaint. I recognize the four corners of your complaint that you make serious allegations. To my mind, if you can prove your case, you will walk away with no less than $5 million. To that end, the very first thing I will do, maybe before I send my Rule 11 letter, will be to prepare my motion for you to post a litigation bond. Pursuant to Florida Statute 501.2113, I, the defendant, Richard Luthman, will make a formal demand that you, the plaintiff, Jeremy Hales, be required to post a bond in the amount of no less than $5 million as a condition of maintaining this action under the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. I assert, oh my God, Richard. I kind of love this.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
I assert that the claims alleged are frivolous, brought for purposes of harassment, and without merit, thereby entitling me to indemnification for damages, attorney fees, and costs incurred as a result of defending this action. The bond should be sufficient to secure me, the defendant, against the substantial financial harm already incurred and anticipated through the continuation of this vexatious litigation. Based on standard commercial surety bond underwriting practices, the likely cost to you, the plaintiff, for posting such a bond would range from 1 to 10% of the bond's face value, i.e. between $50,000 and $500,000, depending on your creditworthiness, collateral availability, and other risk factors assessed by surety. I've also taken the liberty of copying some of your favorite people. The bottom line thing, stop telling lies about me and I'll stop telling the truth about you and your cabal. Also, get your checkbook ready. Litigation bonds are expensive. Regards, Richard Luthman. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, that sounds better the second time around.
So, I put it out there. He's in perilous waters because what no one has responded with yet on their motions to dismiss, or with their motion to dismiss, is the motion for a bond. So they could put that.
No, I was waiting. I'm waiting for the judge to grant or deny my motion.
No.
And the reason why is because I realized
for a bond immediately. I
realized I found out about the bond after that.
You can put another motion.
I didn't realize about the bond. I found out about it afterwards.
Stop you from putting another motion. I put the motion in tomorrow.
Oh, really? So you think I could do that? I mean, I'm not asking any legal advice.
They have to dock the motion. They have to consider the motion. They might treat the motion the same way. So if they don't deny the motion to dismiss, right. Then he has to pay the bond. If they deny the motion to dismiss, then the case is over.
That was my bombshell, guys. So Richard kind of took it.
Here's what you do. You put it in, so no matter what happens on the motion to dismiss day, when the judge goes up the ruling, you win.
Yeah.
Either they dismiss the case and you win, or they don't dismiss the case and Jeremy has to pay a huge litigation bond and you win anyway.
Yeah, well, I've been saying that. Wait till he sees what I'm going to if this doesn't get dismissed or whatever. Wait till he sees what I'm going to file next. I'm like, he's going to put up or shut up.
I would do it immediately, so that way when the judge considers everything, the judge writes one decision and says, okay, we're going to say motion to dismiss and then the issue of the litigation bond. Because then when you put your motion in, then like all the other defendants can say just basically me too. They could do a one-pager that says we want a litigation bond as well to cover our losses like leads to legal. So it's like everyone's a one-page motion and basically copy what I said there.
Rich, for those who don't understand, why does the plaintiff need a bond if he's the one trying to get money?
Because it's under statute. It's by statute. So if you're in a commercial situation, okay, the Florida Unfair Trade Practices Act, Unfair Deceptive Trade Practices Act, it's a commercial litigation statute. So it's only usually used in commerce by businesses. So if one business is going to sue another, the Florida legislature said, oh, well, if you better be really sure that you're bringing this. It's not going to be used for harassment. It's not going to be used as a means of
it's a way to.
If you're not really serious about this case, we have a way to make it so that to prove whether you're serious or not, and make you post litigation bond. If you think your case is bullshit, you're doing it for Palomop, or if you're doing it for just to harass people, then you're not going to pay a litigation bond
which is exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, so that's why this exists. He can't use
He
that.
can't prove these two torts. He needs the two torts to even like think about conspiracy, and he can't prove the two torts, which are mainly against me. And so when I was filing the real, the good one, the proper motion to dismiss, I was reading up on that and stuff, and somebody pointed out to me this statute, and I'm like, hold up, what? I'm like, really? So I was like, okay, but I literally was going to wait till the judge granted or denied my motion. But that's like what I've been telling you. I'm going to tell them to put up or shut up. That's exactly what I mean.
This is what
I am going to request a bond.
this is what you would give to a businessman.
Yeah, this is what happens. This is like Apple. This is like Apple versus Microsoft in Florida court for unfair and deceptive trade practices doing something in Florida. Apple and Microsoft would have this huge thing saying that Microsoft defrauded potential Apple customers or did this or did that in business and it caused us harm and everything else. And when you're making billions of dollars, you could have a case that could cost like one little like lie or one little misstatement or one misrepresentation can cost hundreds of millions of dollars potentially. There've been cases like that before. You have that in big time litigation. So that's why.
And one of the torts against me was for like $989,000. The second tort was $1.8 million. And I'm like, what? I'm like, so I'm going to request a bond for both of them.
Well, request a bond for say it's like you calculate the face value to be $5 million. And let the judge.
Pretty much, because he's coming after me for 4.
The judge think what the face value could be. The judge will make a determination as to what the value potentially could be, and then what Jeremy would have to pay. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and more than likely, the judge really grants it.
If you ask for $5 million, right? Let's say the judge says it's only worth, $1.5 million. You're still looking at this guy putting $100,000 to $150,000 into a litigation fund.
Right.
Think about it.
See, and he believes if he loses, he's going to appeal everything too. So it's like, well, put it in the court then.
And part of the litigation bond is that he's got to continue to pay. This isn't like you pay it once. I think they have to pay it every year.
Yep.
So that's part of it.
And it's not just me because of the injunctions. Everybody that he's suing can do that, correct?
Yeah.
Because of the torts, because they're all in conspiracy under these torts.
What it will do is it will cause him and Shaka to revise what the value of the claim is and what the total joint and several liability is. Because if he claims that everybody owes $1 million, you have 10 people, that's $10 million. Or he's going to turn around and say,
Tug's got that all down. Tug's has a chart and everything, and it's at $9 million. It's over $9 million.
Well, that's good. Maybe we use Tug's chart and say the $5 million number is a little low. But then there's something called joint and several liability, meaning that he could say, well, when I say $1 million, it's a total of $1 million, and I'm going to seek it from all the defendants jointly and severally. That makes his total claim worth $1 million as opposed to $1 million each. So that's a big difference, and it's going to force him to focus what he's saying, and it's going to force him to focus what he can collect under the Florida Unfair Trade Practices Act. Now, I don't see I see him potentially even dropping that claim or the whole case going away. I just don't see this surviving. I don't see him posting a bond. He's not going to post a bond. He's a broke.
They do say that most of these, when you request a bond, most of the time the judge does them. He grants them. It's just a matter of how much.
If the statute says there's a bond to be issued, the judge has to do something. That's the whole thing. It's pretty clear as day.
Does the statute say shall or may?
No, it shall. They're going to post a bond. That's why
then he has no choice. So there was another, I think, important thing that happened. Can I read that?
Yeah, go for it.
So Dave Helms, I think there is no S. Dave Helm, his attorney, his attorney, the attorney had his assistant write this email. Our office would like to kindly request hearing dates and times to have our attached motion heard. We have already previously had a meet and confer with plaintiff on 5/27/2025. The reason that's important is Helm filed that motion to dismiss for anti-SLAPP in May, late May 27th. And in that motion, he said, this is a violation of my client's free speech, so this should be dealt with immediately.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we have a
anti-slap
bozo-
motions are supposed to be handled expeditiously.
Yeah, we have a bozo for a judge. So what he does is he handles all the motions for giving extensions for everything and anything. But
Right.
all of the motions to dismiss are sitting there because he actually has to do real judge work now. And I think that might be above Magistrate Bozo's head. So he's like the 8th grader who's got a term paper due and he waits till the last minute, except he's a judge. So there is no due date. And so Helm was like, we're going to need you to get on this. So in a nice way, they're like, maybe we can get a hearing, something to move this forward since this was supposed to be dismissed. And he's giving all of these guys extensions on this, that, and the other. In the meantime, he's got a whole bunch of motions to dismiss, showing him that the case is frivolous. And instead of granting all of the extensions, maybe you just rule on some of the motions and get rid of the case altogether. But that might be above this guy's head. I don't know how this guy became a federal magistrate. This guy has the intelligence of a local family court judge.
I thought maybe he was just waiting
that's
for
meant to
everybody
be
to
an
be served
insult,
and just get in there.
Go ahead.
I just thought that, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, thinking that he's just waiting for everybody to be served, listen to all the motions to dismiss because he knows the rest of them are coming with one, and then give out, his orders.
No, because all the motions to dismiss are basically the same one. And
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, none of it changes what the plaintiff's complaint is, which he's had multiple chances to do right. So either you think this is meritorious, in which case we have a real big problem in terms of intelligence with this judge, or you're just too lazy to deal with the substantive motions, so you deal with the easy ones. It's hilarious. This guy writes like all of this case law in terms of I'm granting this extension, and he gives like case law and extensions. Who gives a crap?
Well, here's someone saying, it just popped up because I've never seen the name. Sorry, guys, but you can't force Jeremy to post a bond because he is a person suing other people, not a business suing other businesses. That's why he's probably going to lose his torts. However, his business is suing others.
It's a person, but his shoe store or
Elephant Shoe's in the case. That's the only reason Elephant Shoe is there to maintain the Langham Act and maintain the Florida Unfair Deceptive Trade Practices Act. So, okay, fine.
Elephant Shoe and his DBA. What the hell?
Those claims got to go away. One of the two things has to happen. So.
Yeah. So that statement would be incorrect, History Hunter.
It's correct that if he's a person, then the bond might not be able to issue. You would need potentially. Sometimes you need a company or a corporation, but if he doesn't have a corporation, he can't maintain the action that he has. So he's damned if he does, he's damned if he don't.
Right, because
but he is using Elephant Shoe.
Right, he tried to be cute, and instead of making these defamation claims, he came up with what he thought were novel acts, but.
Well, I think what happened was he realized he wasn't going to win on the defamation. So he had to go. I think he went for the Bongino case and he tried to kind of copy that. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like to me.
You don't copy
which is foolish. Well, that's what I'm saying. It seems foolish. Maybe he thought he was going to win. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just like, what?
We'll see.
Regardless, it's all defamation.
He has a bozo for a judge, and I don't understand why this guy is allowed to make all of these rulings. He's a magistrate. No one's agreed to have him, and he keeps ruling.
Not in this case, no.
No. I don't know why he keeps ruling on things. He's a magistrate. A lot of this is the fault of the actual Article 3, as Rich would say, judges who are letting this guy have way too much power in all of these cases. Well, not in the other case. In the other case, they agree, but in this case, the main judge said that Bolitho should take it over because he's familiar with it. Ridiculous. No one agreed.
The related case, yeah.
And look, he absolutely he doesn't want to rule on the substantive issues. That's why all of these motions are out there for 2 months, because he doesn't want to rule on them. Because that takes real work. You have to actually read all of the motions and look up case law and write a relatively long order. Yeah, no, he'd actually have to be a judge, and I don't think he's good at that. He's really good at like the 1 to 2 page orders. That's what he's good at.
Right.
Give him like 3 paragraphs, and Bozo can handle that. But if you got to write like a 10-page order, he's not good at that.
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't seen him write much in this case yet. Anyway, I'm hoping that based on what happened in Federal 1, he's paying more attention in Federal 2. But I think the Helm delay was created because they agreed to extend the time.
They didn't agree. No, once Helm filed, they agreed to give Shockett more time.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He's been sitting on this thing for 2 months.
Yeah.
And he knows that Shockett hasn't changed his the amended petition is like, there's like a few words here and there that are different from the original one. The original one that he implied was a shotgun pleading. He's known that for months, and he hasn't ruled on it. He hasn't ruled on Bruce's sanctions. That's like 5 months. I'm telling you, this guy, when he has to do actual like substantive judge work, he doesn't like it, and it takes him a long time to do it because he's not good at it. He's good at the 2 and 3 page motion or orders and 1 page. Those are the ones he dominates.
All right.
You can count on Magistrate Bozo to give you a great 2-page order.
Right. Well, I'm hoping that he's paying attention. Now. I have to. You know what I mean? I can't believe that.
At some point, you guys are going to be able to say, "We don't want you on the case. Get out." Do it nicely, but yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I
don't want this guy involved any more than he has to be. So,
I don't remember at what point in time Bruce and Shockett consented to have him on the case. I don't remember at what point that was. So wouldn't it be after these motions?
Every defendant has to agree. So anybody that comes in, like Robbie, if Robbie was served, Robbie can walk in and say, "I don't want this guy. Fuck him."
Right.
Right.
Well, nicely. Right. Don't do it that way. But yeah.
Well, yeah. No, you don't want to be mean.
Yeah. No, this guy's got to go. Look, I'm jaded because I've seen much worse judges, but I did not expect a guy who somehow got onto the federal level to be this asinine. And
right.
He's not like David Knutson from Minnesota, where he's making a lawyer conduct part of the trial handcuffed to a wheelchair. It's not that kind of level.
Right.
He's not smart. If this is the best we have in terms of magistrates, even at the federal level, we got a real problem with our legal system. I hope that this was a mistake, that he got it not meritoriously, because if he got it on the merits and he's the best they got, we get some really bad judges.
Well, based on, Federal 1, that's all I've seen and know of this guy. So, in the transcript with the April 3rd hearing, he basically said, he just, he may have made a mistake, although he took it back, but he still said that to him, this was a plaintiff versus, a defamation case, 1 plaintiff and 2 defendants. And to me, that meant he kind of let things go and wasn't reading everything. That was my thing. I just felt that he wasn't reading the details of these motions.
There is no doubt he's not reading the motion.
Yeah.
Bruce asked to move it from one spot in Gainesville to another, and he goes, "We're already in Gainesville." He doesn't.
But he wasn't.
Right.
He was calling him to physical.
He doesn't understand details. He's not reading the motions carefully at all. His job is to read, and he doesn't like to read.
Yeah.
It's actually
Or
pretty,
his like law clerk. Like I don't know what his team's doing. I don't know whatever, but I do feel that now he might be paying attention to it more based on what he's already ordered and from the get go, like throwing out the shotgun pleading warning to shock it.
no. He should have dismissed. He should have dismissed the whole case after he got the amended complaint, and it wasn't any different than the original one.
Correct.
He shouldn't have even made anyone
Correct. After he
file
got
a
the
motion
second
to
one.
dismiss.
Yeah.
Now he's got like 5 motions to dismiss sitting there, and all he does is rule on people getting extensions. In the meantime, he's sitting on a bunch of motions to dismiss, including one that urged him to deal with it expeditiously that he's ignored.
Right.
If he's a good judge, we don't have any good judges.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to have faith because I'm involved in this court case.
Yeah.
I wonder what Jeremy's plan is here, because like he has literally like a week left to serve. He literally has like a week left. Like I think the 27th is the technical day, but like they would give him a little grace period to like the first because the summons wasn't issued. So
well, Richard, he got 143 to serve Robbie and thinks he served, and then Dave just got an extra 45.
I understand the extensions, but I have a silver bullet that he doesn't know about. But I'm not going to talk about it. But I think if he tries to pull that with me, there's something that they don't realize has happened that's going to make it kind of impossible for them to claim that there's a reason why it should be extended and have it hold water. So if they try to
based on what he filed with the process server, he's supposed to have been processing. Serving. Sorry, I'm like my brain depth of running and coming rushing and stuff. Anyway, he's supposed to be serving you, Robbie, me, and Dave. That's what the information that the process server was given. But you live in New York. I don't know what address he has for Dave, and they only tried to get Robbie twice, and one because of the bum rush thing because the judge asked him to show cause. So he's actually the process server has had your information to serve you since
they're serving Rich in New York. He can have 5 trillion days, and it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But more importantly, when they ask for the extension, how is he going to explain to his audience that he needs an extension if he's said twice now that he's
been served?
Right. So it's amazing, and it's so trivial. Whether you serve someone or not is such a trivial thing, and he does treat it like he won the Super Bowl. Right? Yeah, that's like winning the first quarter of the exhibition game. All right. If you serve someone, millions of people are served every day. No one cheers for it and makes videos except Jeremy Hales, and then he gets his people riled up. But the best part is he lies about it, and they don't care. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they never seem to hear his lies.
Well,
he lies like crazy, and now everything he's done over this past week, making up the stories about Leslie.
February, he said the federal government and local Levi County sheriffs were investigating Rich and I. All right, they weren't. You don't remember that? Yeah, no, he lied about that too. So, in May, he claimed that he's going to intercede in my custody case. Said it again a second time. He lied about that too. They don't care that he lies because it creates drama. They're all addicted to the drama that he creates.
Yeah.
Yeah, the important thing to them isn't like the truth of the matter. It's just like the drama that they see. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's why they can listen to Megan go off about some adoption from like 3 years ago. I would like to see Megan rant about her conversations with Katrina. That'd be fun. What'd you learn, Megan? Tell everyone what you learned.
I don't know. She doesn't seem to learn anything. She doesn't vet anything. She goes like tonight. She's going off on everybody. You name it.
I'll give her credit.
So, Leslie.
She tried to vet my ex-girlfriend, and even Megan's very, very low bar couldn't be met.
Well, I don't know. If you ask me,
That's why the conversation broke off, among other reasons.
Well, ask Mike to talk about Beliffa giving them a chance to argue against the automatic stay.
Look, he's going to give. Oh my God! Oh, that was ridiculous. By law, there's an automatic stay, and he's like, "Well, maybe I should hear arguments." That was another example. He doesn't.
Yeah, 362 of the bankruptcy code. It's clear as day. 362C. Because if you have bankruptcy, there's an automatic stay. It's federal law. It takes precedence over everything because it's bankruptcy, and they got to figure out what's happening. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's nothing you can really say unless you're going to walk in there and say it's like child support, and the kids need child support. There's like 2 or 3 statutory things. None of them apply to this case. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that he made that order.
Right. He threatened to violate federal law. Magistrate Bozo did. That's how good a judge he is.
Well, I don't want to sit here talking.
You don't want to say something because you're still in front of him. I got it. This is what happens when you become a litigant. It's not as fun.
No, yeah. Like beforehand, it was like, oh my God, what's he doing? What's he doing? Now I'm like, okay. Well, let's hope. Especially after the motion to vacate in the other case. And he recognizes the seriousness of what that really was. Hopefully he realizes now, that's all we can do until we can,
hopefully he realizes that his shenanigans caused Michelle to have to file for bankruptcy.
Exactly.
A frivolous case.
Exactly. But letting it all go on, it's insane. It's absolutely insane what's going on. Right. And to have this case already with all these, defendants now, the spread out of everybody getting served, and then, there's no answers on the motions yet at all, especially with the anti-SLAPP, which is, supposed to be handled right away. The compete, mine is just, I'm not going to discuss it. Both my motions to dismiss were great though, and they still stand.
Right. No, you're supposed to deal that's part of the anti-SLAPP legislation, that you deal with it immediately. And he's letting it sit there, and he's ruling on things that are completely insignificant.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's because he knows that you have to actually put in work to write the order to that motion to dismiss. He's too flippin' lazy to do it. Yeah. He can't sit himself down and write a 15-page order. Yeah. He's good with the 2-page orders. You can count on excellent 2-page orders. But once you get past about 3 pages, he probably loses his train of thought and wants to get on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and, watch YouTube videos. And that takes him a really long time to get them all done.
Yeah. Oh, hopefully. Yeah. Stick it out there. But, anyway, guys, I just want to say, I'm glad you guys come on. Richard, I have no idea. People are talking in the chat. I can have anybody I want on the panel. I don't know about this. Apparently they're reporting me right now. I don't know why. It makes no sense.
Are you being reported?
I don't know. Apparently I'm being reported because I have people on the panel, and they just, whatever. They do this all the time. They don't like what we're saying, I guess. But honestly, I don't think people give their opinions tonight. Some I don't agree with.
But that's the difference between your show and anything that Jeremy or his minions put on. They're not allowed to give an opinion that's against him.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
So, Lisa, he used my post to go after Leslie.
Leslie. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm excited you read my post, Jeremy. I'm glad to have you as a fan.
Yeah, he used it against her. He said that you were calling. He used it against her. He said that you were calling me a fat liar. What else? I'm telling you, he did everything he could over this past weekend to harass, intimidate, blackmail, and threaten Leslie.
All things that
And Shockett. Shockett mostly, because Shockett's the one that did most of the talking.
all things that Leslie knew he was capable of when she decided to sue him. And the last time we were on her show, that
she didn't know who he was, though. She didn't know how bad he was. She didn't know how brutal he gets.
She knew.
You know, she didn't. I'm sorry. I don't believe that, Mike. I really don't.
Yeah, well, then she should have.
She's done family court litigation when she was a lawyer, so I think she should have an idea.
Listen, she dealt with Dory Foster Morales, who's a lot more cutthroat than Jeremy Hales. So don't give me that.
Well, no, but did this person go and throw all these Facebook taunts?
No, she just got to run out.
All these channels do the same thing, following night after night after night.
Dory just got to run out of the legal profession. Dory just made sure that the bar would go after her until her law license was actually taken away. No, yeah, Dory doesn't do Facebook. Dory has her own way of being cutthroat. But Dory's a lot more cutthroat than Jeremy Hales. I'd be a lot more afraid of Dory Foster Morales than Jeremy Hales. But she's dealt with
it all boiled down to their family, Michael. There's something else involved in there.
Yeah, Megan was talking to my son's mother. Jeremy's threatening to talk to my son's mother. I got it. I know that's why they need to be stopped. But that again, if that's how she feels, then she shouldn't have filed the lawsuit. The problem is she filed the lawsuit and had buyer's remorse after the fact. 5 weeks.
Well, it all happened after the fact.
Well, that's why, as Rich said, you should plan it out, take your time, consider the consequences before you file it. Correct. And think about what he may do in response. Correct.
That part I get. It was the time that it was just a time frame. But when you're taking something that has been a part of someone's entire life and using it against them in a way that's damaging and
something she should have considered before she filed a lawsuit, before she jumped into it, or something she should have considered when she was considering whether to continue going. Yeah. Should have said, you know what, they're going to go after my family in a way that's going to be really bad. And I don't want that, and I'm not going to pursue this any further.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you were, or let's just, I'm just going to use Bruce or Rich as an example here. If you're in a case and let's just say you take on a case and you're defending a client, right? And it's just like a normal case, whether it be slander or defamation, or even if it's like your employee rights, whatever it might be, right? Does every lawyer expect to get smeared, attacked, astroturfed? I mean, like all this crap online by doing that? I mean,
something she should have considered before filing the lawsuit, before making a whole bunch of satirical videos. If she had done one or two and then moved on with her life, none of this would have happened. She chose to jump in full board. Yeah, that's how they are. That's why they need to be stopped. But if that's something you can't handle, anytime I mention Rich in any post, not so much on Twitter anymore, they put up something about how he was arrested or convicted. This happened 5 years ago and they can't get over it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's how they are. Mention my ex-girlfriend. They call her a witness. They have no idea what happened. They don't care. They don't care that my son may find this in 6-7 years and wonder what happened between his mom and his dad. They don't give a crap about any of that. But it's stuff that you should consider before. I knew what I was getting into, and you keep going. But if it's too much, then don't jump in with both feet. No one forced her to sue. That's a choice she made, and certainly no one forced her to sue on a whim, and that's what happened. She was on your show and then there's a lawsuit the next morning. And then 5 weeks later, she drops it. And then I guarantee you the legal, maybe not every lawyers will find out about it. It's really damaging to her reputation.
The lawyers are like washwomen. They're really fucking hard.
Right. It's really damaging to her reputation that this happened.
What's really damaging is what he's been doing all along. And everybody else.
No, it's not.
And she's all over the internet. He's saying shit. He's
All
calling
over
her
the
a
internet.
smart lawyer. He's, he's
She's
saying all this stuff.
She's in
He's
his.
been doing it all along. He's been defaming her the whole time. And so has Megan, Tug, Shizzy, J-Hip, every one of them.
Well, then she should have
Coop and Marble Mouth, all of them, every one of them.
Then she should have stopped after 2 or 3. She couldn't take that.
I do not believe that she knew all these channels involved and him and how brutal he is. We knew.
I told her
we
to
knew
contact him again. I told her that he has several supporting.
And she did.
And she did contact Megan. Yeah.
Yeah.
She knew. She knew everything. This is another lie that the Hales crew brings. That I got her into this, and I should have known that she couldn't handle it. I didn't get her into anything, and I warned her ahead of time what was going to happen, and she was gung ho because in the hypothetical, when someone attacks you, you're really strong, but once they're actually attacking you, you're not as strong. But
everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
That's right.
Yeah.
But filing a lawsuit and then withdrawing it 6 weeks later, 5 weeks later, however many weeks it is, that's really bad. That's embarrassing.
Well, now he's suing her.
Yeah.
And now they can file that 57105 and they'll get attorney's fees for that. And since they like to talk about her and her life and her mortgage, maybe he'll end up paying her mortgage off now. There you go. So
it's not going to happen. All right. She thought she was going to get rid of them by withdrawing the lawsuit.
I guess.
Jeremy doesn't stop. He's stopped. All right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Megan's been asking a bunch of questions tonight about it and stuff too. I just say, goody goo goo. There's your answer.
What's Megan yapping about lately?
What?
What's
Megan
yapping?
Oh gosh, she's got nothing to talk about. So she's talking about everything that she already has and all the speculative shit that she's been talking about all along. Tonight she was talking about this is not that I was watching because I was being told what it was. She went off on Ray. She went off on Michelle, the adoption. I don't know what you brought up about me, but she never gets through a show without bringing me up.
Well, hopefully she
same shit.
My ex-girlfriend in her next show. This reminds me of a Family Ties episode. I think there was a Family Ties episode where they were trying to ban books, and the dad had a speech, and by the time he got up, everybody had said everything in his speech. She's like, "I'd like to go over what we've talked about today." So that's what Megan's doing. Megan didn't have any original thoughts; those were all taken. So she's gonna go over what we've already talked about.
Yeah. Yep. She got no content. So, but Ray did file a motion to extend time, which he asked.
He's granting everybody else's motions.
Yeah. Not mine. So Shock had agreed to extend the time, so then Ray just filed that motion. That's the other thing that was there. So, which I'm sure he's going to grant that real soon.
Right,
and thank God, because Ray's dealing with a lot right now.
Right.
So,
right. You can count on Shockett for a great order in response to Ray's motion to extend the time. That's going to be an excellent 1.5-page order.
You believe so?
Yeah, there will probably be like 4 cases cited as to why he should extend the time. He can't just say he can extend the time. He'll put it into like a 1.5-page order and make it look all lawyerly. He's really good at this.
Yeah. So Tug said that motion was emailed from your home address. It was not emailed from my home address. I know the Leslie thing about confidentiality. Sorry you're in that position, but thank you for respecting it. Hey, look, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I don't agree with the whole thing of it. So, and I stated that, and that's fine. I don't agree with it. I just don't, because I saw what happened as it happened. I was, I don't know. Maybe because I talked to her more on a daily. I don't know. But I just know what happened especially over the last weekend, and what went on before she dropped the case.
Mhm.
So, I know the list. Okay, so I already read that.
Counterclaims now. Fuck. At this point, she's got nothing to lose at this point as a defendant.
Yeah. And even the claims against her in his new lawsuit, it could appear one way, but technically it's not, because she could prove that he was defaming her in the whole 9 yards. So her lawsuit wasn't really frivolous, and she could prove after this weekend why she dropped it. So
Right. Yeah. No,
so she's got a defense there. So
it's going to be hard to prove it's not frivolous when you drop it 6 weeks after you file it.
No, she did it without prejudice, so she can bring those claims.
She can bring those claims back.
Right.
She can bring them as counterclaims now.
Yep.
She's not forced.
Right.
Yep. She can do that.
That'll be good. She'll change her mind. She'll change her mind for the 4th time.
Well, you know what? She has a right to.
She has a right. It just makes her look very not credible.
Well, I think she's credible because I know the basics behind it.
All right.
So I have to.
All right, Lisa. This is a lot later than I'm usually up.
I know.
I have a toddler usually. Right now, he's not with me.
But sorry, I was late, guys. I had to deal with something. So,
all right. I'm gonna go. You guys can stay for a while longer. But thank you for having me on.
Thank you. You're welcome, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Oh, he just went poof. I was looking at the other screen. He was just like, bye, poof. Anyhow, so, well, again, I am sorry that I was late, guys. We had an issue with Gabe's tire. I had to run it to the store and go help him with it. So anyway, what's next for you, Rich?
I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got to work on some other stuff. The big news will be coming out later in the week.
Some more letters.
Yeah, I'll probably send more letters. Yeah, I got some. I'll probably do another Shock. I might just stick with Shock. I think that he's the guy to focus on in the story. There's a lot of stuff with the affidavits and statements that have been not true, very dishonest, according to Bruce Matskin and others. So maybe we'll do a Bruce interview, or a Bruce. I'll maybe talk to Bruce about some of what he thinks are the most dishonest parts of the Shock representation to date. We'll catalog that and detail that for everybody. That seems to be pretty interesting. I also have the full video of the alligator love. So I have to cut the whole video. I have a lot of footage from that, so I haven't had a chance to do that yet. But that's going to be coming. That'll be coming out. I forget about my alligator, but that'll be happening. So I got pictures on the water, alligators on the water, talking alligators, all over the place. So there's a lot of alligators we spoke to. We asked them a lot of different questions too. They're smart animals, alligators. They really are. So it's pretty good stuff.
Richard, did you find more info on Jeremy's financials? That would be so sweet.
Well, we'll see if he wants to fully serve me. Then he'll see what I have, and I'll be able to get what he has. Because I'm not playing the game where I'm making a motion to dismiss. I'm going to hit them with what's called, frivolous litigation letter right away. And then I'm going to hit them with an answer and counterclaims, as well as a very voluminous discovery request. And then if it's 21 days after, I'm going to hit them with the Rule 11 motion for sanctions, and I'll hit them for the bond issue. So when that bombardment is done, they're not going to know what hit them. They're really not going to. They're just going to. They're going to put it this way. I'm going to make it so that Randy Shocken has to get up in the morning and work on my shit that I pile on to him all day long for Jeremy. And it's not a bad thing for Randy. Randy's a lawyer. He's going to be working very, very
You
hard.
should earn that money.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So
Yeah.
he's going to make him work for his money. That's what we'll do. You know?
Oh, let me tell you, he was trying to work for that money over the weekend. I'm sorry, right before the weekend. He sure
really?
was. Oh yeah. Oh, he was trying. I worked it hard. Yep. Telling everybody, you know, how you know, his client's a businessman and how he was going to want something in return, and you know, they threatened it. I mean, Jeremy actually threatened Leslie on his live the other night, demanding her. Was it last night? Yeah, last night, demanding her if she didn't have information to him by a certain time, he was going to file this lawsuit. So, I mean, yeah, you know, and guys, it literally boils down to what's more important to her, this lawsuit or her family and her children and her sanity. That's what it boiled down to. And I'm sorry, your mental health comes first, you know. So, you know, and he was literally threatening and blackmailing her. And, you know, based on the fact that he didn't answer her lawsuit, respond to it at all, that's why she dismissed it. You know, that way it wasn't going to tie her into that 2 years, because they already had a date into 2027 as to when it would go to trial. And she just decided, I'm not doing this for 2 years. I just want away from him. You know what I mean? And
now she's
yeah,
she's doing she's gonna be stuck with him. So
yeah, but in this sense, you know, she can already prove that his claims are actually wrong. So, you know, based on you know, she does have the proof that she needs that he's been doing what he's been doing to her. So it wasn't, you know, a malicious thing against him. It wasn't, you know, abuse of power or anything. And you know, she's just gonna have to prove it now. And that's fine. You know, he can't blackmail her anymore. You know.
Yep.
So at least that's how it is at this very moment. Guy's shady as fuck. Who knows what he's gonna try and do? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I think he needs a psych eval.
I do too. I really do. Look, man, all she's done is say that she wants it to stop. Even while she sued him, she had emailed him a couple times saying she wanted it to stop. Just stop. That's all I ask is stop. I don't want to be suing anybody. I mean, there's proof of that.
He's a bully. He's a bully. The only way you beat a bully is you got to smack him right in the nose. So it's a problem. Like, you can't. He's not going to walk away. He's like fucking Iran. You know, you say, oh no, you pay us the money and we won't continue our nuclear weapons. That's what he is. That's what it's like. It's like dealing with. You got to bomb the shit out of him. You got to do a Trump on this guy. You got to fucking bomb the shit out of him, where he lives, where he sleeps, and fucking what a little hole he crawls into. That's what you got to do with a guy like this. It's the only way something like this works.
Legally, you're meaning legally.
Yes, until I file my motion for airstrike. Yes, until I file my motion for a B-2 bombing of Jeremy Hales' properties. But at that point, we'll see what it does for me. But the issue is that, you know, figuratively, you have to be like Trump and fight, and not take shit from these fucking people. That's what it comes down to. You know?
Well, he is a bully, and the whole, I'm glad that she put out there, you know, the whole awareness on him cyberbullying and stuff like that. She definitely put it out there, and she was fighting, and it's true. It's true. People should follow that lead, you know. He shouldn't be able to get away with what he's doing, you know. I mean, he's threatened and harassed everybody involved. Everybody, including you, Richard, you know, and it's just wrong. And I think that he should be stopped. And the only way it's going to stop him is a judge saying, yo, and hitting him in his pocket. I should be put in the corner for being late. I know. But, you know, anyway, guys, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Still going to be. So now let's see what the chat. Are there any questions from the chat? Too many people are withdrawing over and over. It's not matter who's doing it. Alrighty, that's illegal, Jeremy Fells. Mm-hmm.
What's illegal?
No, that the name is Jeremy. That's illegal, Fells.
Oh yeah, well, Jeremy, that's illegal. That's what he says all the time. That the FBI is involved. The FBI is involved.
Right.
Kyle.
No matter who's doing it. I don't believe she withdrew against Jeremy. The only person she withdrew was Tug, Megan, so I should say
Right,
person,
Kyle.
and Jay Hip. And that was because she had a conversation with Jay Hip. And Jay Hip made her think that they were all going to stop. So she removed them, but then they didn't. They went even further deep into harassing her. So she put them back. That's where it was. She didn't withdraw the case. She only voluntarily dismissed it once. And she could refile it again. I should get everyone a rock for being late. Why is he trying to sue JLR Investigates? Huh? JLR Investigates? He's trying to sue them too? Who is that? I don't even know.
Who is that?
How are you holding up? I'm goody. Monica Gage should put in the corner with Lisa. That's fine. Who's JLR Investigates? Jeremy's trying to see Who's JLR?
JLR.
Isn't there a 3-time bringing suit? Isn't there a 3-time bringing suit? With what, B? JLR Investigates is a nice guy. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. He's trying to sue him? It's a guy? What is he suing him for?
Oh, Jonathan Lee Riches.
Oh, what is he suing him for?
I don't know.
The hater said you were bailing Gabe out of jail. Really? Okay. What was I gone, an hour and 20 minutes or something? I left like 20 minutes before I was going to go live. Yeah, it takes a little longer than that to bail somebody out of jail.
Yeah.
No, that's a good probably for us, but Jeremy's trying to take the world record for lawsuits from JLR Investigates. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the guy that has the most lawsuits. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about now.
That's the guy who sues everybody. Yeah, Jonathan Lee Riches. Yeah, that guy sues everybody.
Yeah. The suit was brought 2 times. 3 times is the limit, right? What suit, B? What suit was brought 2 times? And just for the record, the only person in Leslie's lawsuit, the only person who was served was Jeremy and I believe George, because Shock had accepted service. I know he accepted it for Jeremy. I'm assuming he accepted it for George too. Megan, Tug, none of them were served. So them trying to like go after her or whatever Jeremy's trying to say, none of them were served. There are a few others who need psych evaluations. Let's see. Can Jeremy be held somewhat responsible for the Facebook hate groups? Yep. Still so many people too. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I guess I should know who he is. I know of that guy. That's all I know. Let's see. Uh-oh. Miss Lori's talking about Lori J. I don't know. Question is, who is he not taking to court? Yeah, you're right. He literally threatened. He said anybody who jumps on this, a lawyer or whoever, be prepared because he is going to get them involved and take them to court. Megan Tug said tonight they're all going after legally Leslie. They can't. They have no. What do they have? They were not served. I mean, you could sue anybody for anything, but they were not served in this case, and she has proof of them defaming her. So, I mean, they'd be foolish to do that. They were not served. Okay? Yeah. They were not served. They have to be served, and they were not. Her and Tug will file a lawsuit against Leslie tonight. All right, well then, we'll see. Megan's the one who says she doesn't want to be in lawsuits because she's got a college paper for her kids. So we'll see if she does. Unless, Germ's acting like he's going to finance everybody. So that means every one of Germ's peeps are not only going to be paying for his lawsuit against, federal 1, federal 2, all the Levy County cases. Now they're going to pay for the case against Leslie and against Tug and all them. That's his. So his viewers are all 100% responsible for all his actions and the actions of his minions. That's amazing. I hope they realize that.
That's a good job. You can do it, right?
Right? Good Lord. They're full of BS. They're just saying that because Jerem told them to say it. Yeah. And you know what's funny? He turned around and said that Leslie told him that I'm the one who tells all these channels to do things. Meanwhile, it's him. Guys, no joking. He literally bitches and complains about things that he is actually doing. He's accusing others of the things that he's doing. So everything he says, no, he's doing it. He's controlling those other channels, feeding them information, what to say, what to do. I don't have anybody feeding me. Nobody else is getting fed stuff to what to say, what to do. But definitely just keeps on going still. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Even though she dropped it, the defamation was continuing through the weekend. Continuing. It's constant. It's still going. And she still has that. Don't think that because she's not suing them that, and nothing's still being recorded and saved as evidence. It is, because I have it. I have the evidence. I'm saving it for everybody involved. I have it. So she will have it. Okay? This is bullshit. And I'm sorry. If people don't understand why she backed out there, they can grasp that. I understand why she did it. And, and that she did what she had to do. And I stand behind her. Thinking of reference also will suddenly change as it was. Yeah. I just don't believe that she knew exactly who Jeremy was and how hardcore. She wasn't in it long enough to know, to be honest with you. It's that simple. There's, we've been dealing with his bullshit. I mean, I've known the bullshit he's been doing for years. I only started talking about it when he attacked Guapo. So when was that? Almost a year ago. So I thought that was funny. You tell people what to say when they come on your panel. Yeah, I do, right? Huh? I can tell you tonight, the only thing I asked Mike was to go easy on Leslie because of his recent post. I didn't want him to attack her. Right, Rich? That's all I said.
I don't think that as easy as Mike goes on people, right?
Yeah. I did. And then he completely came out and said that. And I'm like, well, I just don't agree with him because I know he did not know what happened. So, and whether he believes that that's a reason or not, that's fine. I believe that it's a reason. So, what did Todd say? Oh, they're having their own thing. I was just wondering if Judge Grudge was still on the bench and was on the case, would it still be going on? I don't think so, Todd. I don't think so. He would have nipped that right in the bud, but I don't think that would have stopped Jeremy from filing in Ohio or filing this federal lawsuit. He just would have lost. But he also wouldn't have been able to use the protection order against her because she had one against him. So there wouldn't have been the thumbnail. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that would have rolled out. So, and he would have been on the other cases too if he wasn't recused from the first one. So now every time there's a lawsuit happening in that court with 3 different people, because their name has been mentioned in one, they're getting him off the case, which I think is bullshit. But I don't know. If weren't you mad, all of those nasty word posts from last night go, they can group disappeared. I don't know, that you mad thing was weird last night. Yep, give him an inch, he'll take a mile. I don't know. Anyhow. Robbie, you've been so quiet this whole time.
I'm exhausted.
Busy today?
Just tired.
Yeah, I hear ya. The weather's been really kicking people's butt.
My body is beat.
Yeah, is Socket affiliated with Mark Feather? The only thing I know is that Mark Feather was Jeremy's attorney either before or along with Socket. Mark Feather was handling the TRO case, I believe, and then he disappeared because of whatever reasons. They say one thing, but who knows? Socket ended up being the attorney. I don't really know how that happened. But what I can tell you is Mark Feathers was there the night they raised the funds for the aunt on the fundraiser. $56,000 that they raised for a lawyer to just do 2 filings, where she knew he had no standing, and judge said you have no standing. So she got $56K out of that because he said it went right to the lawyer. Mark Feathers was involved with that, along with Larry Foreman, another attorney. And then not too long ago, Mark Feathers at the flea market and apologized for some of his misgivings during all that. So, I don't know. That's all I know about Mark Feathers. So he got 500 feet of court. Feathers said he out. Well, and sometimes you could. No, I'm not going to say that. I don't know. For all we know, Mark saw Jeremy for who he is and said, "Oh no, I don't want anything to do with this." So haven't really heard from him since. A lot of people that become involved with Jeremy tend to walk away, not want to have anything to do with it.
Very true.
So a lot of people. So, but you have someone like Shockett who's been ripping the government off since what year was he a dentist?
1990, 1989, something like that.
Yeah. So you got Shady Randall. Jeremy literally found, he likes to say birds of a feather thing. He found his feather. And that's his bird, or whatever you want to call that. I say goonie goo goo to it all.
Fuck, there you go, talking that Spanish shit again.
Yeah, a goonie goo goo. I think that should be an argument in the case. Goonie goo goo.
Goonie goo goo.
Yeah, what's your defense? A goonie goo goo. Richard, please tell me you're not too young to know what that means.
What are you talking about?
Goonie goo goo?
Goonie goo goo.
Goonie goo goo.
No. Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, my goodness. For a second, I was like, wait a minute.
All right, I got it.
Oh, my God.
Gus, your wife is a Bigfoot.
What the fuck is wrong with your wife, Gus? She's a Bigfoot, isn't she, Gus? Isn't she?
You found her in the woods and you shaved her down.
Both your kids, I took them fishing. They put their rods down in the boat. They stuck their heads in the water. They start shaking their heads, and the motherfuckers come up with fish. They turned around, they looked at each other and went, goody goo goo.
There you go.
You gotta watch it, Reg.
I thought I learned some new Spanish. I went to my friend Sanchez, said goonie goo goo.
It's Eddie Murphy's Delirious. That was great.
I remember that from years ago,
yeah. It's great. Ice cream. I want to ask.
that's a good thing.
I got some ice cream. You can't have it because your parents are on welfare and you can't afford it.
You can't afford it. And your mama is an alcoholic. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. That was great. That really was. I mean,
they're
timing,
on the welfare.
That was a really good HBO show. Probably the best. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna say the best. You got a Robin Williams. You got this, but it was great timing. That was a great show for a great time.
Well, that's definitely in the top 10.
Was Randall the dentist that Germ had to go to Otter Creek to give freedom? I don't care. I don't know. I don't know, but there seems to be a lot of dental stuff happening around here, and I think it all should point back to the dentist. And I think that's where you're going to get him is the dental stuff, the fraud, and the stuff that he lied about. I think that's where you're going to get Chaka. According with the bar, I think they're going to see that. Now, will the bar admit that they did wrong? Maybe not, but they might take care of it now. You know what I mean? With all the recent and stuff in the investigation, who knows?
That's why you got to keep on loading up on all the different things that happened.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know he's screwed me. I know that he's literally like purposely not sending me copies of everything he files, but he's telling the court he did. And it wasn't until I brought it up that he started to. And the big mistake, of my, motion to dismiss, I answered the first complaint instead of the amended one. Here's the second one, the Second Amendment. To me, it's the Second Amendment. But the one where he added Ray and then changed it to my name, my actual name.
Yeah.
He never gave me a copy of that. He never gave me a copy of that. And he told the court he did. Never got a copy of it.
That's
So I'm like, okay. So, I mean, even those little things, maybe they're little technicalities, but the thing he's lying to the court. And you have them doing the same thing in Ohio, where Michelle gets a letter of the court for a denial that Jeremy tried to just recently get a contempt of court against her. Again, she didn't even know that anything was filed. His attorneys in Ohio never copied her on what they filed against her. The only way she knew was the order came through of denying it, and the court sent it to her. How shady is that? She couldn't even defend herself because she didn't even know. All right, I see you, Stacy. Hang on. Let's see. 1 second. I'm just looking at some.
Tired, what did you do?
You're tired?
Yeah.
It's giving me a hard time loading. Hold on. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying, Stacy. It's giving me a hard time loading. I don't know. I'm telling you, my iPad's acting really, really weird. So Richard, do you want to update us on anything else?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really.
Not really. As stuff comes out, I'll let you know. But I got stuff going on. I got so we'll get stuff. I've been fighting that.
How's the Dinesh stuff going?
Going really well. I had a really good conference with the court on Thursday. Dinesh didn't show up. He was actually out in Las Vegas or California before that and doing a podcast. So on Thursday, when he was supposed to be in court in Fort Myers, he was in California doing a podcast. And it's not like he tried to be conspicuous about it. He's everywhere live. Then he did improv in Las Vegas in like a place called Mom's Basement. It looks like a mother's basement. It looks like a friggin' basement. It was like 12 people there. That's the type of stuff he was doing. The judge told him to file an order to show cause by August 1st with an affidavit with exhibits showing where the fuck he was. Like, where were you? So, he's in trouble. He's some deep duty poo-poo. So what else is going on?
Oh boy.
Robbie, answer.
Right. I can't hear. What?
Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh my god. So Richard, does that mean that
I
he's
can't
not
hear.
going to
All
get
I
a
hear is
default?
you.
Huh?
Richard, are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay. Does that mean that he should have gotten a default for not appearing?
Well, no. What's going to happen is the judge is going to turn around and he's going to basically turn around and he could sanction him. He could default him. He's not gonna though. He's probably not gonna. But this guy's have to do a good reason why he wasn't there. And the judge might like sanction him, like you have to pay $2,000 or $5,000 because you weren't here. Yeah, that's what a federal court would do. Punish him. Oh, where's Robbie?
Oh, they'll
Robbie
sanction him?
No. Who just texted me? Oh yeah, Bearded Fisherman was saying something to me. Hold on. He just told me to give a shout out to the Bearded Fisherman.
So this, I guess, is what I'm being told. Okay, so apparently the report they're trying to report.
Let me say power to the people and power to the Bearded Fisherman. Power to the people.
So this is a report, right? So apparently they're reporting my channel right now, or have already. Let me see if I could.
Yes, Nana.
Do the share screen. Okay. So this right here. Can I zoom in on it? No, it won't let me zoom in. Okay, so they're reporting my channel. It says for bullying people, having someone that's banned from YouTube on the stream. Michelle Volpe is banned from YouTube. No, he's not. Giving false legal advice. No, we're not. Trying to destroy a well-known YouTuber, Jeremy Hales. No, we're not. Also,
He's
this
doing a good
channel
job all by himself.
yeah. Also, this channel is involved with a lawsuit for destination and destroying a business. Destination? And I'm sorry,
yeah,
no,
it's the cruise ship. Lisa, it's the cruise ship. A lawsuit for destination. You're gonna get sued for destination next.
Yeah, this is a lie. So you're lying to YouTube, and I'll just let them know that when they ask me a question, being that I have this now. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know who a Michelle Volpe is, but Michael Volpe isn't banned from YouTube. No one's giving legal advice. This is opinions. And no one's trying to destroy anybody. I believe we're talking about someone who's trying to destroy us. And we're allowed to have our opinions about it. And this child's involved in a lawsuit. No, Lisa is involved in a lawsuit. So, yeah, there you go. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, bullshit. So.
Oh, did you guys see that in my alligator video? Who I actually was with? I was with Clyde Butcher. Clyde Butcher's like a very, very famous dude. And hold on, see if I can put his picture.
It was who?
Clyde Butcher.
Damn it, my phone keeps going out.
Clyde Butcher. He's like the nature photographer.
Right? The nature photographer.
Yeah, he's like one of the most like well-known Florida, like Everglades, all over Florida, nature photographers there is. He got the award from Joe Biden in 2022, the national, for the arts, National Award for the Arts. He's like an old man now, but for years he was like bringing these, just doing great pictures of the Everglades and great nature pictures. So I got him to talk. He's the one who actually signed it. I probably have it here. The Jeremy Hales. When I did my Gator Love, I had him sign the Gator Love song. That's him signing right here, Clyde Butcher. So that's what I got going on. He's like a famous dude, and I got to talk to him. So when I cut the full video on Jeremy, everybody's gonna see Clyde Butcher. You'll see a lot more alligators, but you'll see Clyde. I'll put Clyde up on the screen. I'll let everybody see. Hold on, let me put him in the background. Got a picture.
Did I see the little brown dog put a video out on Tori and Lisa? Well, that little brown dog must be on something because that video that they made those images of is not Tori. And they kind of got it wrong because the dark-haired chick isn't fat at all, and she isn't the one they're claiming has no teeth. So apparently the dog must be deaf. Anyway, just saying. I might see you for destination. Yeah. So, oh, look at that. We got more people. We got a blog. So now Double Karma's under her regular name again, emailing me. So we're just gonna have to delete that, Jeremy or Deanna, whichever one you think you are. Who knows? They probably don't know who they are anymore. It's not your mistake, Noah. You're cool. One thing I want to let you guys know is Dreamweaver received her tires today. So let me hold on. So you guys actually wait, where is it? Where is it? Let me just pull this up. Let's see. Is Dreamweaver here? Do we know? Let's see. Share screen. Window. Alrighty. Here we go. Dreamweaver received her tires today. I believe that's her daughter. Hang on, let's go this way. There you go. New tires. Receipt in hand. New tires. New tires. So, yeah. Yep. So how cool is that, huh? So they're goody. They're able to go to their funeral now. And, and any appointments they need and things like that, So, yeah, it's all good. All good. I'm very happy for you guys. And no stress, no worries. And thanks to everybody in this chat, in this community. Thank you all so much. Yeah. So they're happy. And thank you. Thank you very much. And they also received extra money for gas or whatever they need on their trip, or just whatever they need. They received all the money. I actually threw an extra couple bucks in there to make sure it was an even amount. And yeah, so yay. So it's pretty cool. That turned out to be 4 tires instead of just the 2. Yep, all 4 new tires. Yep, how cool is that? You guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome, guys. So thank you everybody. That was pretty cool. So, man, I know it's too late. I'll show it again tomorrow night when I'm live earlier. I'm not sure if Dreamweaver was here, but yeah, it was pretty damn cool. I'm so happy for her. What's Gator Love? Oh, that's the guy right there, the photographer. That's cool. Very cool. You know who he is, Robbie?
I can't see it.
Oh. All right. So Richard. Oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, I know who it is.
He's like a Florida icon. He's like an iconic Florida guy. So he's very, cool guy actually. He was a good sport too. I was like laying it on thick. I'm like, yeah. I got my friend Jeremy, and he really loves Gators. He loves Gators a lot. Like, Clyde, I know you love Gators. I love Gators. He really loves Gators. I was laying it on thick. So it was pretty funny actually.
So, you thought Richard was gonna dance for you again? Oh my goodness. So you guys gonna do your podcast? You guys do your podcast on Wednesday mornings, right?
Yeah, we do Wednesday. We do Wednesday podcast, and then tomorrow we got an interview with, today actually 1:00 with Tammy Nichols, who's an Idaho State Senator.
Right.
She's really cool. She's doing family court stuff, and then I got a bunch of crap to do the next couple of days. If everybody's going to hear about it in a few days, I guarantee you, when this news breaks, it's going to be all over the place. It's going to be very, very big. But we'll see what happens. But be fun stuff. I got a lot to prepare. It's 1 o'clock though. I'm gonna sign off. So I need to get.
Alrighty, Richard. Thanks so much for coming on here
Good night, Richard.
and talking
No
to
problem,
us and
guys.
telling us everything.
You be good.
Good luck.
Take care, bro.
Wow. Crazy, crazy night. Right before I was going live, Rowdy, Gabe gets a flat tire.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I had to go run, get him some. Yes, I did, Kyle. I did use Fix a Flat. It was the only way we could
What you
get
guys
the
have to do?
vehicle
Run to
home.
Walmart?
Well, that's what we were gonna do, but he's gonna do it in the morning. He's not really gonna do it in the morning. Go to Walmart. I mean, he's gonna go to his guy. Hold on. I was like, "What's up with the tires today?" Read up, please. Let's see. Sorry, guys. It's really hard when I talk with everyone on the panel to keep looking over the chat. I see a couple of things here and there, but they have to get up early to go to a funeral. Bed early tonight for Dreamweaver. She's so grateful and thankful. Lisa. I know. Sure, they're so sweet too. Yeah, he's gonna need a new tire. Yeah, or two. Well, I think one, but yep. Oh gosh. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that. But yeah, it's been crazy. So apparently they're posting my live right now on Facebook. We finally made it. Hope all's well. Yep, I made it. I'm here. I was like an hour late.
Goody.
Goody goo goo. So yeah. Call record never worth getting hit by another vehicle and not paying attention. Yeah. Well, it wasn't far. The thing is, I had to go in the golf cart, which takes a little longer than if I was driving a car. But I had to go to the store first and pray that they had Fix a Flat, which they did. And then I had to get to him. And then I just took the truck back. And he had to drive the golf cart back because I was trying to get back here. Really quick, I would like to say, Rip Malcolm Jamal Warner. What? Theo from the Cognitive Person, his wife, daughter, and family. What happened? Wow. Why?
Oh. Hi, Big C.
What you call it? He drowned in Costa Rica? What's in Costa Rica? Oh, in Costa Rica. Sorry. Wow. That's sad. Oh, prayers for his family. Wow, how old would he be now? I don't even know how long ago that was. Let's see.
Who was it?
54. Yeah. Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was Theo from the Cosby Show. His son. He was taken under by a rip current. Wow. That's sad. Totally sad. So, yeah. Guys, again, I'm sorry I was late. Mom's appointment is early tomorrow. Oh, good night, Babs. Good night. Did I miss anything over here? Hold on, I'm sorry.
Good night.
I didn't even update the Kofi thing. Okay. There we go. Let's go here. All right, I'm back. Oh boy, what a day. So what else is new for you, Bobby?
A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Whole lot of nada.
Whole lot of shaking going on. Um,
We go tomorrow to start packing boxes, so
yep. Tomorrow's only Tuesday. I feel like today's Tuesday.
no, today's Monday.
Tomorrow's Tuesday. I know. I don't know. The hours got away from me today because I had so much to do this morning. And then I was going to do jury room, but I canceled that. And then I was almost going to cancel tonight's live. And I'm like, well, I know I'll be back. I'll just be really late. You know? So what did the germ file today? Was it against Leslie? Germ filed a new lawsuit against Leslie for malicious prosecution and abuse of process. But if I'm correct on that, it's a joke. It's absolutely a joke. Because she dropped the case against him, but she can also refile it. So, and he's still defaming her, and he's even worse now. And he tried to blackmail her and threaten her and whatever. And oh yeah, and I don't agree. On what some people might think, but that's I know how it happened, and I saw it, because Leslie was on our show, a lot, and I saw how she tried to fight back with the bullying, and but once you start pulling, try to say this the right way, and these are my words, so I'm paraphrasing, but once you start pulling in family like that with deep-rooted issues, and you use it against someone to blackmail, and you have the family going in there and putting up stuff that like no one else would have known, and then like Jeremy stated he's in contact with her family as if they came to him, the same way thing he did about Michelle. You know what I mean? All this shit, she has a family, she has children, she has a life, and she did not know she was walking into something like this. There's no way anybody would know in that short of time who Jeremy Hales was. There's no way. Okay? And even if you thought of this guy, Jeremy Hales, you had no idea the backing that he had from other channels that were going to do exactly the same thing. As a matter of fact, did more, in fact. So, I mean, she knew who Megan was, but Megan, the last time she had talked to Megan was praising her. Why would she think that she was going to be, like, crucified by her? So I don't believe that Leslie knew walking into this the kind of repercussions there were going to be or how deep it would get. And once it got as deep as it was as far as she was willing to let it go. You know what I'm saying? And her family is more important to her than Jeremy Hales is, and she's, her days are being spent, with cyberbullying awareness on him. And yes, she did some satire, but that's her. She's fun. She's kooky. She likes to do things, but it ended up becoming way more than she ever thought it was going to be. And, her kids are off from school at their summertime, vacation time. Like, she just, she didn't, when she realized she was sitting at the Hard Rock and her little voice thing turned into her trespassing and stuff, she's like, this is ridiculous. She goes, I can't even go to the Hard Rock now and, sit and enjoy time with my family and make a little video. Like, this is just, and it'd be twisted. And it's just like, I'm over it. I'm over it. And I really don't want anything to do with this guy. And the fact that he was trying to blackmail her, threatening her, and not just him, his lawyer was doing it and trying to convince her and throwing her father in her face. And no matter how many times she said, I haven't talked to my father since 2019, he kept doing it and praising her father and using him against her. She realized that, first of all, she's been saying she doesn't want to do this lawsuit. She's been nice to Jeremy in any of her emails. She's saying, I just want this to stop. And it goes worse. It gets worse every time. So, being that he didn't respond to the lawsuit, she decided just to voluntarily dismiss it without prejudice, which means she can refile. So she did. And that took away from the blackmail and all that other stuff. And she was just going to go on about her life, and she's enjoying her vacation with her family. And I mean, he even tried to lie about that, saying that she's not on vacation. Her husband and her kids were in the background. Excuse you, what? She's not on vacation because her husband and the kids are. Wouldn't you hear them if they were there? I mean, I don't understand. That made absolutely no sense. But yeah, so this is what Jeremy does. He gets involved with people's family. He contacts them. He gets all up and in people's lives. He says that they're the one contacting him. I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of lies. And, I'm sorry. I don't believe that she knew exactly what Jeremy was capable of and what he would do when, in fact, she did file this lawsuit. Okay? He kept lying about her disbarment. And, saying that her retirement was in regards to disbarment. She wasn't disbarred. She proved it to all of them by sending them all the correct paperwork, told them many times, you're wrong and stop doing this. And he was even cocky about it. So she filed the lawsuit. You're defaming me, which he was. And now, he's defamed her, and, her reputation is going haywire because, he's defaming all over, Google. Someone looks her up. There you go, So she's got every right to file against him. And she wasn't going to sit around and wait on things the way a lot of people have. And, but she also didn't, no one could have known. I mean, we definitely told her, you will definitely get repercussions from this, but not the extent that she got it. It was bad. Really, really bad. And they used something really bad against her, and she's not willing to bring her family into her life again, and that's what Jeremy Hales was doing, and she's not willing to do that. So it's plain and simple. Now it's different. Now she's a defendant, and now she'll probably file for lawyer fees, and he wants to mock her and stuff, and he'll end up probably paying off her mortgage. So. Because her case isn't malicious. She's got proof of the defamation. She has even more now. She got proof of the blackmail and the threats. So he's an idiot. The case is a joke. And for Megan and all them to even try and say that they're going to do it too, they were never even served in that lawsuit. So, and they mocked her and defamed her the entire way, just as much as Jerm did, if not more. So she still has all that. So that's fine. But I 100% stand by her because I saw it happen. We all saw it happen. And I just don't think, saying that she should have known. Well, no, you don't really know. You don't really know until you know. So apparently my channel is going to get reported tonight, or has been. So for the reasons, I really don't see that being a reason to report my thing, but they report on anything anyway. So we'll see. You're absolutely right. So his life's too short for his bullshit. His bullshit or this bullshit, either way. Hopefully she recorded those phone calls where he threatened her. Well, I don't think you can record those calls unless there's consent. So maybe she did, maybe she didn't, maybe he knew. I don't know.
Florida's a two-party state.
Yeah, so he would have to let her know. Well, either one would have to let the other know. Now, do I think Shaka would do something shady like that? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, what I really think was Jeremy was on the other end of the call and heard everything. The reason why I think that is because the second she hung up the phone with him, it didn't take all of 2 minutes for Jeremy to be live on a video saying she was turning on everybody and turning over communications between all the defendants. Didn't take him but 5 minutes. That's why I said pay attention to the time, because I knew what time this happened. Pay attention to the time. He had to have been on that phone call, which I don't believe Leslie knew about it. He had to have been.
Oh, why does this keep doing this?
At least I'm so anticipating the video compilation of Dirty Germ's antics with your creativity. It'll be awesome, right? There's an hour left on the golf. Oh, yeah. There's no super chat tonight. Nobody is just it is. I still got to come up with personal assessments. Yeah. He threatened her in his videos. Right after that video that I'm talking about, there's threats there. He threatened her last night.
I can see my
trying to blackmail her live on his show. Those were threats and blackmail. And there was something else that was actually posted, which is extortion. So she's literally extortion. I'm like, wow, look at this shit, you know? He won't stop and he'll do something stupid down the road here soon. He can't help him. So I know that's just it. Newborn baby cow? Aw. New CM breaking apart that's here today. All the pieces of shot metal, concrete piece, and a little baby was all around that shit. Oh my god. Oh, what are you talking about, Bearded? His videos show his stupidity. You're absolutely right, you know? Why is it okay to the cultists that Jeremy contacts families? Yeah. Oh, well, Jeremy says they contact him. You know? Look, Shaka was bragging about her father's dental office, was bragging about her home and what it looked like to her. Her father has mentally fucked with her whole life. Okay? And he was very, very brutal. And that's why he caused a lot of problems. And that's why she had stopped talking to him in 19, sorry. You know, I understand that, you know, people say, you know, you think things through or whatever, but she had a legit reason to do what she did when she filed the lawsuit, and she continued to do it. She tried to fight back, and she did it in a good way. She tried to tell the story via the hodunks, which is a funny good way, but it's a deep-rooted way. People, you know, you have to like really pay attention to get it. And everybody enjoyed that. You know, and that's satire in itself. But then they're allowed to have satire. What the hell's up with that? They did videos last night of Bruce, me, Robbie. What else? What the hell else was in that thing? You know? So it's like it's okay for him, but not okay for anybody else. You know, and that to me is bullshit. You know, after all is said and done, you know, when you're faced with something that is really going to affect you, you really look at your life and say, I don't want this. I do not want to be involved in this shit for the next 2 years. Now, Jeremy, on the other hand, thinks, well, you're going to be, and then wants to, you know, sue her like he's going to try to do. It's a joke. His case is a fucking joke, and it can be proven. You know, I saw what that case said, and I'm not a lawyer, but I knew it was a joke. But she's got all of the evidence to back her up. So what you're saying is a lie. What you're saying is bullshit. You're just trying to hold on to her, trying to get shit. And what he was literally trying to do to her was get her, blackmail her to turn on all the defendants in this case, in Fed 2. That's what she was doing. And she did not turn, and she stands behind everybody over here. And, you know, I think that, you know, I love Leslie. I think she's a great chick. And, you know, she came on here discussing the case, trying to explain the case to everybody, you know, you know, I disagree with what Volpe said, but, you know, he's allowed to have his opinions, you know, but I just disagree. So, besides, did you have a good day? It was kind of towards the end when they're breaking apart the safe Christian. Oh, you're talking about what he did in his video today? I didn't watch it, but he's just flying all over the place. And he had his child around? He had a baby around when he was breaking that safe open? What would he know about children being around? That's messed up, man.
Ugh. All right, Lisa, it's almost 1:30.
All right.
I'm jumping off. I got to get to bed.
Alrighty, Robbie. How is the party pooper?
I know. That's what happens when you're old.
Oh my God, you've been crying this old crap for the past year. Before
I'm
that,
old.
you're not old. Shut up.
Ugh. Tell that to my body.
Stop it. Susan Germ's arm does Christian occasions are breaking it apart. Oh no, I didn't
Good
watch.
night, everybody. God bless and prayers to each and every one of you.
Yeah. If you see me on Rumble tomorrow, you'll know why. But yeah, I don't. We'll see. We
They
shall
would have
see.
They would have taken down your channel already tonight.
Yeah, I don't understand what for. They're saying Richard. First of all, Michael's not barred from YouTube. They said Michelle, but we know we meant Michael. Michael's not barred from YouTube. And even if he was, how I'm supposed to know this? To my knowledge, he's not barred from YouTube. How's he barred from YouTube if he does his podcast on there? And that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't, because he can go on another channel. If his channel was blocked,
you can't. I don't think you can create another channel. No. I have Crayola, and I didn't go on there because I didn't want them to think that I was purposely doing it. You know what I mean? So I just stayed off the 7 days and I went on Rumble. The people who really care will come hang out on Rumble. They did, right? You guys were awesome. But yeah, I don't. How am I supposed to know? So he's been on here before. Why on earth would I even think that? I read it was reported because Richard is banned.
Richard's not banned.
He has a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's not banned.
Didn't he just get something overturned too, or they came back and said it wasn't there was no privacy issue?
Yeah.
Yeah. You read Richard too. Well, the report that I just pulled up that they posted on Facebook said Michael. That just goes to show you that they don't even know what they're talking about.
Just lies, more lies.
All I know is that it was they were saying on that page. Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll find out though. I guess. I don't know. Apparently I get reported all the time and I don't hear about it. So I don't know.
All right, guys. Good night.
Good night, Robbie.
Talk to you tomorrow, Lisa. Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye now. Bye. Ta-ta. Ta-ta. Just fade that to WR Town taken down. Okay, guys. Stacy! Sorry, guys. I didn't single everybody out and saying hello because I came on. I just wanted to, Richard and Mike were here. I was supposed to start at 10. I just wanted to get into it. Lisa, why was Ray's motion mailed from the Villages, Florida, when we know Ray does not live there? Yeah, he doesn't, does he? Haha. You're goony goo goo. There's your answer. Let's see. Just reading the chat, guys. I missed so much of the chat tonight. I'm so sorry. Hey, Jennifer W. So how exciting is that? I'm so happy for Dreamweaver. She got her 4 tires. That's awesome. This Terry Bear. Hello, hello. Is Strictly still here? Hey, Silverheart. How you doing? Isn't that illegal for you to mail in someone else's paperwork as you're not an attorney? I'm not an attorney. No, I'm not an attorney. Nope, not an attorney. Hey, Strictly, how you doing? Yeah, I'm excited about that. The custom craft. Hi, Anne. How are you? Now, I heard all about the bullshit that Megan was spewing earlier. I just sat here laughing. Do you know if checked over the rest of the car? Do you know if checked? What do you mean, Ren? Checked over the rest of the car? What do you mean? Blood. Good. I'm glad. I saw you chatting early. Like I saw a couple people chatting, but I saw you. I thought maybe you might have been upset. That's why I asked if you were still here. You okay? You good? Hi, Hal. Oh, hi, and good night, Hal. Just want her trip to be safe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if what they did with the car. As far as anything else goes, I just know she's got new tires. And they were put on there this afternoon. And at first, it was a little bit of a confusion with the tires they had and held and whatever. It was literally just talking to the wrong person or talking to different people. It was a little bit of a mix up, but we got it done. So yeah, it was good. I thought you were. No, I thought you were. That's why I was just asking if you were giddy. The chat was just probably going fast because I was too busy like talking and everything. I wasn't really able to see and really read or get into what the chat was saying. I just want to make sure you're okay. That's all. But yeah, Strictly, you rocked it, man. Everybody that helped, that was absolutely amazing. So we got the 4 tires, and then I added some. There was I think 60 something or 72. I forget because I had to transfer it over and they take feeds out, whatever. But what I ended up doing, I just made it even $100, and I gave her that for whatever she wanted in gas or whatever they're gonna do. Of course, I wasn't gonna get through the evening without Ed saying, "Lisa, read my comment." Hold on. Ed loves making me scroll. Let's see. Amanda Morelli said you doxed Dreamweaver's phone number. I did. How did I do that? How did I do that? How did I do that? Let's see. Dreamweaver's sweetheart. I didn't dox her phone number. Now I gotta feed Kiwi from it wasn't hers, it was someone else's. Yeah, I didn't dox Dreamweaver's phone number. Let's see. They're lying, Ed. Yeah, I didn't dox Dreamweaver's phone number. Nope. How would you know that, Don? Just wondering. It was a tire source. No. It wasn't Dreamweaver's. No, people were leaving because they disagree with Michael. I think it's important to let Michael have his say, even if you don't agree. I'm not an attorney, so I appreciate it as a person. Yeah. Opinion. Yeah. I knew Michael was going to have a stance, a certain stance, or at least I thought he was. So I did say, listen, I said, be easy on Leslie. Don't even go, because I saw his post, right, which Jeremy showed. Everybody showed. But I also knew that Michael did not know what was happening and what had happened with Socket and all that. And also, I know that not everybody was involved with it as much or knew about things that were going on as much as me, because I just knew that. So I wanted Michael to understand what was really at a deep root with this, and he could take it in or not. And so I just disagree with that, because I feel like I know better the reasons why. I know I know always lie. Yeah. My cat doesn't do that. Yeah. And I definitely disagree with the fact that she knew what she was dealing with, because no, she didn't. She really didn't. I mean, you guys know it. Jeremy has mocked people and stuff like for months, and it's all been spread out all along the way, the whole time. She's only like, when was the interview she did with Michael? Like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months ago, and literally like overnight it was like bam 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 every which way, and like all these things, and it turns out there was somebody involved that was posting it that knew. If you're asking if I'm trolling, no, I'm not. I'm always here, just don't talk much. I was just wondering how you knew, but that was definitely not her phone number. Okay, thank you, Nikki. Let me take a look. See, I haven't looked at messages really. My iPad won't open up for some reason. Again, there's something going on with it, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I know that. I know that. Thank you, though. I know that. Let's see. I thought they said it was to get that Dreamweaver to a family member's funeral. Yes, it was. That again, I don't listen to them, but maybe for 2 minutes I read recap from another. No one paid for tires on my vehicle. My father passed away. Who said this? Sheila. No one paid for tires on my vehicle and my father passed away. No one paid for tires on my vehicle either. What? I wouldn't mess with Jeremy for $1 million. No one paid for anything on my vehicle. I'm actually not going to say left my husband, because I did not leave him, but I did leave our residence when we stayed. Who is this person, and why would, So because we didn't pay for, so how are we supposed to know? Maybe now Lisa Lee will start a grift so they can have a car, yet she states that her husband goes to work every day. How do they get there? A bus? Get where? What is she talking about? My condolences to them and their family. Someone wants, I guess to receive, I must be a flea or a flea supporter. So people are getting mad because nobody's helping them. Husband goes to work every day. How did they get there? A bus? Does she take an Uber? Does he ride with a friend? They do not realize, or she does not realize, she tells on herself on a daily basis. You'll be amazed at where you can find out if you just read the transcript. Yeah, read the transcripts. You can read as a matter of fact, bring the transcripts into court. I'll bring the actual videos with the voices, especially when there's like 2 or 3 people on at once and the transcript's just reading the words. It doesn't like tell you who's saying what. That's the best part of all of it. Listen here, dingbat. My husband does have a vehicle. He does go to work. I also have a little thing that gets me around to where I need to go around here. I own a vehicle, although it's not working at the moment. And what else do you need to know? I don't use Ubers. No, they're too expensive. That's crazy. They charge way too much money to go like down the road. It's like ridiculous. He doesn't need to ride with anybody. He just had a flat tire. That's all. Sheila, relax yourself. 7 hours from my home. I stayed with my mother for 10 months before she passed away. 7 hours from my home. I didn't get a grip for that. I don't even know who you are. And you know what? Based on what you said, if I knew who you were and you were in here and you said something like that, you never know. That could have been you. You know, go bitch with somebody else. This is crazy, guys. Crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, now we're mine. Oh, well, I guess I'm supposed to be, but I'm sorry. I don't know who Sheila is at all. That's crazy. You know what? That's crazy. What I can tell you is Dreamweaver has been here for what I would consider years, right? And we have a lot of people that we know in here that's been here for a long time, that's been in the community for a long time. And, we can't always help everybody, but at a moment in time when if we know the person and we've known them for a long time and they are in need, and, look, it was somebody else I'm not even going to explain this. I do not have to explain this at all. We help people when we see it. And it's recognized and we know about it and we try to do the best we can. And I don't even know, like, how do I even explain this? I'm not going to. You're not going to take away from us helping other people because you're bitching about not getting help and we don't even know, like, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't even believe this. Oh my goodness gracious, what admin is approving posts and comments and shit on the Facebook page? Why? What's going on? Yeah. We don't need another explanation. You're feeding the child. It's ridiculous, man. This is crazy. It's funny because I can go over this so many times about this case or Jeremy and his bullshit every day. Obviously here, look, he's suing Leslie out. That's a new thing today. So we started talking about that, but I got here too late. And, I tried to actually stay away from it tonight, but it didn't happen. Good night, Crimson. Right, Nikki? Integrity, morals, Son of Sheila's fucking business. It's crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And I understand wanting, to not even discuss this anymore. Like, so I get part of what Leslie's saying because I've been doing this every night for almost since he attacked Boppo, and it's very repetitive. I know new people come in and out, and some people don't know or they miss, and you got to repeat. I get that, but trust me, for me sitting here, it's so annoying. But you know what? You have to be on top of it. You have to explain what's going on. If there's lies, you got to expose the truth every time he does it, because the more it's exposed, the more there's evidence, and the only way you're going to take him down is with that evidence. So, but trust me, I want to do less of it. Lucy, you didn't see it earlier, but it's being said Tori wasn't getting paid for being half your show, and she has no plans to visit you. And who'd that come from? Tori wasn't getting paid for being on my show, and she has no plans to visit me. Okay, well, then if that's true, I guess you want to see Tori here, huh? I mean, I guess we'll find out, right? You certainly don't have this place up because everyone that matters already knows. God, you're so strong. Thank you. My comments just need to be approved. Where? Oh, you mean on the Facebook page? So only your comments need to be approved, but nobody else's? I was today and fell asleep, but thanks to Rupert, I'm awake. It's all good. Yeah, and this is what's wrong with this fucking world these days. That everybody just wants. You ask people for help, and they just turn the other way. Keeps on the inside. And I guess my cousin turned away from me too. Yeah, that's it. What else they got? Hey, I need a new old man. Mine is driving me nuts. Facial still a thing these days. Talk about old school, right? Stacey, how much did Lisa pay you for being on her panel? Oh my god. Tiffany thought the world should revolve around him. Okay, so I think I just got proof that Pro What the Hales is running that page because I tried to make a comment that completely bashed their narrative and the post disappeared. Ooh. We all know that ain't ever gonna happen, Lisa. Yep. Someone asked a question and you attacked them. Who did I attack? Attack? Did I just attack somebody? Christina, do you feel attacked? How did I attack you? How is Kenya doing? She's okay, I guess. I haven't talked to her in a couple days. On my chat. Well, I don't know what you were saying to them. I've only read what I read aloud of what you said before. I got paid in pea pads and pop rocks. Wait a minute, you got paid in pea pads and pop rocks? Dang it, we didn't talk about the fee. Missed opportunities. Stacy rocks. Does this mean that Jeremy pays people to be in his lives? Well, supposedly George gets paid. What did he pay Megan to be on her live? What did Tug pay Jeremy to be on his live the other night? Because I don't pay Kendra, of course. Well, Kendra's not here. It is coming up pending group admin approval, and it was disproving something they claimed that you did. Disproving what did I do? You're entitled to listen to both sides, Christina. And you're entitled to have your own opinion. The thing is when people come in here and they start saying things that isn't true, myself or the chat, who know better, are going to tell you what is true. And then they know because they've been here and I've actually shown proof. I show proof. I don't just talk it. Just like everybody else is entitled to their own opinion. People are here that may or may not enjoy me. They may agree and disagree with some things that I say and do. They may agree with everything. They may disagree with everything. That I can't tell you. I do know that most of the people in here agree with me with at least one thing. Most of the people in here agree with me at least one thing. They may not like the way I say it or handle it or joke about some things, but, I don't agree with everything JH has done. Walmart and the roadway were wrong. Well, he got contempt of court for one of them, and they were found guilty, and that's what he's preying on. That's him using that PO as a weapon. That's how he's getting all this done. That's the problem. Lisa says receipt. Yeah. By the way, I have a receipt for the tires if anybody wants to see that. That's a new receipt for the day. Listen, if we were all saw and agreed like the same thing, this would be a boring place, of course. Everybody has their own opinion, of course. Everybody likes certain things or other people. That's true. I'm sure that people that are here laughing with me when I'm live, and I'm sure they agree with me on something, but not others. I may drop an F-bomb, which they may not like. That may be simple, but I know that there's some people in here that don't curse at all and don't appreciate it. So I understand that. Trust me, there isn't. How many people are here right now? I can't even see. It's showing 424 people. Do I believe that there's 424 people agreeing with me right now? No. And you can have now, what I hear is that they think that I block people that disagree with me. No, I block people that are rude to people on the panel when they're live. And also when they're in here trolling and just causing problems. That's when they get blocked. Let's see. There's so many things in our life so much more important than the hate. Yeah, very true. I wish people at least a bit more respectful. These people do not even listen to learn about all the gold. Yep, you're absolutely right. Oh, he uses 24/7, Bob. I know, but some people don't like it because I know there are some people here that, when they were of a certain age, you just didn't say those things. You know what I mean? And words and curses are used so loosely these days. Uh, I don't believe it was rude or disrespectful. I didn't say you were. And you're still here. You're not blocked. So I'm just telling you. But here's the thing: when there are certain questions asked, you can tell. You could just tell where it's coming from in the way people ask questions. So I said loose. Yeah, loose, loosey goosey. So Nikki, I don't know if you realize I saw that and I know, but it's not what everybody's saying or thinking it is. So is that Amanda Morelli the one that's showing the live? Let's see. Cause she in trouble. Christina, this is not attacking any way, shape, or form. Lisa's gone way above and beyond the show, but I appreciate Jay splashes his phone screen and mouths up insults. Not only that, when he splashes his phone screens, they're manipulated. Because when he did it with Guapos, he removed the one thing that he said to Guapo to get that response. Yeah, yes. Yes, you. I smell a germling. Where's Lysol? Tita! Aldi. Where's Jared? Where are my Aussie people? See, Bob's here. Minnie's down. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. You had to know right on the head, so. He left because of Michael? Really? Yeah, it's just Michael has very strong opinions, and it comes off that way. And I hope everybody realizes I did not agree with him. Um, and but I'm not going to sit here like in a constant argue over it. I'm sorry. A lot of you guys could see that she didn't realize it. I mean, she's explained the way she feels on here many a time. So, and she stands behind the defendants, and she backs us. She said that, on those voice, which by the way, I recorded them so you could tell where they came from, and they're not AI. If anybody really wants to see and hear it again, you could see exactly me hitting play to her voice message, so, but, like Michael and Rich, I listen to their podcast and I don't always agree with them either. Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to disagree, but I just really feel that he didn't know the background in some of what was going on. And I did, so I felt that needed to be pointed out. And, it's that simple. And I get his points, but I don't agree with him. As a whole, I don't. And I just think that now she gets to I'm not even kidding. Now that he's suing her, she can file for attorney's fees and probably pay her mortgage that she's in a situation with. Her family comes first before anything, and that's the way anybody should be. If Gabe turned around right now and said, this needs to stop right now, and, we had a discussion or whatever, and I said, you know what, you're right, I would pull right away from it if I had to. Hell, there could be like some type of gag order put on this thing and no one will be able to talk about it at all. So you never know. Got him, Debbie. I'm in the same boat. Miss Lupus. MS Lupus. I said Miss. Did you hear me? Miss Lupus. MS Lupus. Wow, it's not DDG. Book has 12,000. Oh my goodness. Oh, prayers for you, Shellbell. I don't like hearing that everybody's going through things. I wish nobody had to go through anything. And there's a blocked spade in his room. I agree with what Volpe and Luther say about Jeremy, but not myself. Huh? But I think he's looking at it professionally. Leslie had whoops. It just jumped. There it is. Do what she had to do, but I think Michael isn't looking at it personally rather than professionally. That's definitely been pointed out. She looked at it more personally than professionally. I don't think that at this point she gives a shit. Maybe I shouldn't say that because it's not coming from me. But her family is very important right now. Her kids are out of school. They're going back to school. Like this is just, it was too much all at once. And I'm sorry. I definitely disagree with that. She should have expected it because no, I don't think anybody would. Too much, too fast. Boom, boom, boom. It was fast, guys. You have to admit it. It was fast. They jumped on her like these. They did, and that was 100% wrong. That's why she sued so fast. She did. She wasn't taking it. You know, she wasn't going to take that shit, and she had every reason. She still has the same reason. You know, but do you think she filed a lawsuit fast? Well, she had her reasons. They literally defamed her. And they were lying about her, saying that she was, a disbarred attorney, which no, she's not, and that she retired only because she was getting disbarred, and that's not true either. You can't retire if you're up against things like, disbarment and stuff. And she proved it. She showed them the letters from the bar. And even Megan lied, saying she called the bar. And, that's not true. You can't, get your... That's not true. She's just lying. They're all lying about it. Leslie has direct paperwork, an affidavit from the bar. She could get her license back if she wants to. It has to be approved. It's that simple. It says it right on there. And she showed them all of this, and they still continued to do this to her. So she filed a lawsuit. It was fast and vicious. It was fast. It was definitely fast. But she had good enough reason to. And they're thinking because you put it on record, it was only done to put on record. Guess what? You can't get in trouble for putting it on record. Not defamation, you can't. So, I mean, this is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And so these new, claims against her they're not gonna fly. So, but she'll get attorney's fees out of it. And I'm pretty sure Michael's gonna have to investigate, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be her attorney, I guess. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. She's away on vacation. I don't even know if she knows about this. This is just filed today. I have not talked to her. But, I was just kidding about the whole new one. Oh. Why am I hot? That's why I love this chat because we can be who we are and then we respect each other. Yeah. I just, I'm sorry, guys. That's just how I feel. It is freaking hot, muggy. Jumping in the losers pool now along with Lori and Pammy. So what else was being said? What else did I not touch on? You're a good friend, Lisa. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I've become friends with Leslie. Leslie's very cool. She's a lot of fun. She... Look. You heard what she had to say yesterday. Actually, it was the day before, but I played it twice. I played it yesterday too. She's for the defendants. She's a witness in the case. She's for the defendants, and they lied about her. They continue to lie every day. This whole weekend of bullshit from Jeremy's all lies, every bit of it. They were saying that she's going for a bar license again in New York. Not true. There's a big difference to was going to go for or she's going for. She's not going for. And he knows that because she said it here and also told Shaka that. Look, Leslie's very open. When she spoke to Shaka, she was very open about things. But she didn't turn over evidence about defendants. She was open about her life. He was talking to her about her dad. And she explained her, retirement. What? And she could still do this. She could still go there. She can go to any state she wants and take the bar exam. Well, maybe not every state. I don't know if there's a thing, but there's certain states you can. GH did say that won't happen, like he wants to stop it or something. Yeah, I know. He can't. How's he going to do that? He can't stop wherever she's going to go to do something like that. She doesn't want to be a lawyer. That's why she retired. She doesn't believe in the system. She became a lawyer to help people who couldn't fight for themselves. And then she saw how corrupt that system she was in, let's just say that part of the system she was in was corrupt, and she doesn't like it anymore. She feels that there's a lot more to do than just literally fighting a case. There's people behind things and stuff like that. So, Lisa, did you see what George and Deanna did tonight on Willis's video, dressing up in Maryland to look like Leslie Crazy? They actually did that. They took Marilyn Raby and turned her into, is that what you're saying, Big C? They took Marilyn Raby and turned her into Leslie? I think it's a little twisted that they have mannequins or stuffed scarecrows or whatever the hell it is and makes them look like they're sworn enemies and the people that they took to court. Since I'm a fat walrus, they better get a big ass fat one and fill her up. Sorry. I think that's a little sick in the head that they have something in their presence that reminds them of the people they're taking to court. Don't you think that's a little weird? Jade is corrupt. The justice system is corrupt. Leslie, is it wrong? I don't think she's wrong either. I'm making worm betting again. Yeah, I think that guy's got a screw loose, and there's something mentally not right with him. He just believes the bullshit he spews and then just runs with it. Wow, the scarecrow thing is very childish and degrading. It makes him look like. I think it. Yeah, they think it's funny. Like they were joking about their actions are humorous, and we don't have, we have no fun in us or whatever. And I'm thinking, that's a sick, twisted little thing you got there. Is it a requirement to retire if you're not practicing law? And if they want, I practice again. Do they have to do the bar exam all over again? Yes, they do have to take the bar exam all over again. Or at least I know Leslie does. In her situation, she does. Is it a requirement to retire if you're not practicing law? You know what? There might be truth to that. I don't know. That's a question I can't answer. Just grab a potato and put in 4 toothpicks. Viola, there's Deanna. Sorry, Lord. I wasn't expecting that to be on. Just grab a potato, put 4 toothpicks in, and voila. There's Diana. I was so not expecting that. And you know what? You got Diana, whatever we're gonna call her, inciting George. She's like, boosting George up to say shit, and they're sick. There's 6. And if they're all sitting there dressing up, you got the minions, doing his dirty work, videotaping it. Then you got Travis in a thumbnail. That's what I did see. I saw Travis in a thumbnail waving as I see Michelle's Jeep going by him. I'm like, this is how you're trying to get people to your page. You're using them and profiting off of it. Do you realize that? What's going to happen is Jerem's going to turn on George again and tell everyone how deformed her body is and run her into the dirt again. Tick tock, tick tock. I half agree with that. I think it's going to be the other way around. I think George's going to eventually turn on him. Because I think what's going to happen is George is going to get caught up in this bullshit and find out, yes, you are, in fact, responsible for the shit you're doing. Sorry you've been listening to Germ's stanky ass, but he's wrong, and you are responsible. And the second she's held responsible and finds out what could happen, she's going to start turning on Jeremy. That's what's going to happen. And I do believe at this point that he is just like some kind of preaching man and just like in control over there and has them under his control. And using God to do it. And I think that's terrible. And that's my opinion based on everything I've seen and heard and the facts. I promise her I'm not drunk texting. I'm on a phone and have fat thumbs. I think you only have to retire if you don't keep your license up to date. Yeah, see, that might be possible too. That I can't answer. I don't know. Guys, you got to remember, I'm not a lawyer. I know bits and pieces of things, and even though I may know some things, I won't explain it the proper way that a lawyer would because they deal with it every day. But when it comes to reading and writing, I can do that. That's why he has to do all the legal stuff and the paperwork. Well, I think it's funny that she's suing Leslie. But look, that's good. Because Leslie's got her on defamation too. Big time. Leslie's got them all on defamation, but equally. As far as like Jeremy and George, equally. The rest, she has even more on them. George is scared of Jerem. Well, when George sees what she could be facing, there could be a totally different story to all that. He's going to flip it and put it all over her, and that's when she's going to like boil over until spill the beans. Just like she did on the live when he was about to talk about her sister when she flipped. Yeah. I would think so, strictly. All right. Damn. Yeah, I would think so. She's so stuck up for too close. She's already trying to do. Doctor the result. A goody goo goo. It's all about. It is. He doesn't care about anything else. His family. You care about the money that you have to pay those people that you call family and workers and stuff. You care about that money. Well, you're dropping money left and right, so you shouldn't be so worried about it. You know? He's dropping left and right. And I'm telling you, he's going to have to put up or shut up. Because with what, he decided to change the complaint. And I guess his stupid lawyer didn't look to, he didn't really look so much as the tort he was using because everybody can require that bond. And we're gonna. So he's going to have to put up or shut up. Simple. That's the bombshell. That's the next filing coming from me. So you want to sue me for $4 million? Put it up. You think your case has merit? Put it up. You better get a whole bunch of money for 10 defendants. Now, I can't say that they're all going to do it. But if they were smart, they would. Can't say they're all going to do it. But we don't know. I mean, the judge may dismiss the case. So, who knows? But, everybody can think like Rich is, funny, haha. But Rich is no joke when it comes to lawsuits. He knows what he's doing. And That what he sent him is no lie. So I know, me too, Leslie. I actually thought it would have been filed already. I was gonna file it with my motion to dismiss, but then because I literally found out about it as like I was finishing it. And then it was like, all right, wait, I'll hold off on that. Let's see what the judge does. And if he lets the case go forward, then I'm going to say, okay, if you're going to let the case go forward, I want a bond. So, 9 chins! I think I actually like Richard's version was better. Guni Gufu? Yeah, that was a great letter. And what's funny is normally he responds with something like, see you in court, or something cocky, but he didn't respond to that. Probably because it had so many people on it. I think if he would have sent it just to Jeremy, he would have gotten a response. So. Anyway, guys, it's 2 a.m. Let's see. What else we got over here? Let's see. Yeah, like. Sorry, I'm just reading. Who is the person they raise money for to get tires for their car? Isn't she one of our mods? No. So they raise all this money for this person to get 4 brand new tires on their car, but yet they don't even own a car. Maybe that'll tell you something, okay? Yeah. Am I losing my mind? Is there any logic in that? Dear Lord, give me strength to understand the stupidity. What's the stupidity? How is that? She literally just said, so they raise all money for this person to get 4 brand new tires on their car, but yet they don't even own a car? Are they meaning me? I don't own a car? Or the person who got the tires don't own a car? I don't understand. Either way, yeah, you don't understand stupidity. You can't seem to comprehend anything. The grift is real. It doesn't matter what the purpose for intended money. Did you hear her say the word donation? Because I did. Please is busted. Yeah, okay, Nikki. Oh, these people crack me up. Gee, I wonder if they'll start one for me. I need therapy. I really need a psychiatrist to explain to me how they are so stupid. I'm sorry, everyone. I know that my comments have really been off the wall today, but I've been out of town for a week. Yes, I was in Florida. I can't say what I was doing there, but I was there. I just got home last night and I'm reading a lot of the posts and trying to watch some of the videos. Yeah, I need a psychiatrist. So does anyone think that they would do a grift for me? Nikki, did she say that tonight? And if so, would you happen to have an approximate timestamp? I would rather put hot needles in my eyeballs than to listen to her, but I will if it's there, which obviously it is because you heard it, but I'd like to fast forward to it so I can get that clip. Clip away, honey, clip away. If you could help Nikki, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you to everyone who's allowed me to rent today. Hanging on the words. Oh my God. So now people are going to come back asking for money. I think we should make 2 scarecrows. One with brunette hair and a big Timu teeth, and the other one with balding head and a big fat tongue. Guys, this is actually hilarious. All right, if you have a browser, and the reason why I'm saying browser, that's not on your phone. If you have like a laptop or a computer, go to Jeremy's page and click on shorts and just look at all the shorts and just look at the images, all of them. His big fat mouth with his tongue almost hanging over it is open, and every one of them, I'm like, oh my God, that's so nasty. I also expect the magistrate to give him some time too. He gave the others extra time, especially he's played the family health emergency. Really? He's played the family health emergency? So they're talking about Ray. Yes, that is dumb. Be very quiet. Think about it. Between Hales, Megan, Tug, Georgie, and Croup, Shizzy. Oh, sorry, not Croup. You should call him Croup. Coop. Um, who was the person they raised money for to get tires for their car? You know, that was Fleesa. Okay. Oh my God. That was one I heard earlier. I believe it was from last night. Let me rewrite tomorrow and I'll get you a timestamp and clip of what I heard. I felt she mumbled through it, but I definitely heard donation. Okay, I'm mumbling through donations now. I thought they said it was to get that dream we were to a family member's funeral. Okay, so it's the same thing. There was enough to get her 4 tires so she could drive to someone's funeral, and then they wanted to raise enough to give her food and gas money to get there. That's what they were saying. That again, I don't listen to them, but maybe 15 minutes I read recap from another. No one pays for tires on my vehicle. My father passed away. That's okay. That's that Sheila chick. That's where that started again. Okay. Oh, these people. Unbelievable. Go back and listen. Here, let's do this again. Just for the fun of it. Because you know what? It was a beautiful thing that everybody did. Let me share this. Get this timestamp, freaks. Look at that. Tire. Show them again. New tires. She's holding a receipt in her hand, by the way. Just so you know. New tires. Yes, that's what they did. And they're so happy and so thankful. Yep. Yep. You guys did a great thing. The bald lady just got home. Tell us much. Maybe if your attitude was better, people would care enough to have helped you. You're right, Shell Bell. You know, that's just. I can't even believe someone would say that. It was awesome. We all helped a friend in need. That's what a community of friends do. That's right. You know, I'm sorry you don't, you can't understand that, but, George has a lot to say about Lisa not having a car. When Jeremy leaves her, she will be one paycheck away from being Deanna. You're right, Strictly. You're absolutely right. Yeah, she says I don't have a license, too. I've had a license my entire life. My entire life. Maybe she didn't read through that charge, but I had a license my entire life, and an actual good license, in fact, not suspended. Problem was, they tried to suspend me with a Florida license that I did not have. See, if she would have read what she was telling everybody, she would have found that out. And it was dismissed. I never had to pay for anything. My license was never suspended. She be lying. Lisa's race set for another week of meals. I'm not sure where he's at. I didn't ask him how much he spent on it, but I do have more that I can add to it. So I will find out from him. I still don't understand why they care so much about what or why we send money. I don't know, Kyle. I really don't know. They're just trying to prove I'm a scam artist of some kind, I guess. I don't know. But I still have a truck that needs a rack and pinion. My husband uses his truck. I own a vehicle. It's not that I don't have one. It's just not running at the time. And I'm pretty sure, where's your big ass truck, George, that you don't drive? The one that you got for your big birthday? Where is that? She doesn't drive it. Where is that? Was it taken away when you got in a little tiff with your little boyfriend? And he didn't give it back yet? What? Was it too big for you? They're jealous that we all help each other, unlike Jeremy and Martha, who take. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, Deanna's so good to them, right? But how long was she bitching about having like a broken air conditioner in her car? And they're in Florida. Why wouldn't Jeremy just buy her the damn air conditioner for her car and fix it? Why would he let her do all this work in Florida in the heat and not fix her AC? He's so helpful to other people. Doesn't help the people that work for him? Come on now. She bitched about it long enough. I mean, shit. She shouldn't have had to even say anything more than that to him. Chuck's in Ohio and she's in Florida. Yeah. Which I find is hilarious. Does anybody know if she changed her license over to a Florida license? And her car over to Florida plates? Interesting. Because, never mind. I'm not going to say. We'll find out. Nikki's comment. Let me see. Did I miss it? Nikki. Is that far up? Can people warn Bearded that they are already posting about him asking for a car from chat? He might want to drop it. He was asking for a car in the chat tonight, I'm guessing, since they're saying that. Mod Squad, bug Lisa about responding to my email about her car, please, in chat too. Ha ha ha. Kyle, stop it. Dreamweaver's here? It was funny when I talked to her on the phone today when she first got on. I'm like, Dreamweaver. It was funny. Or I thought it was anyway. Jim doesn't do giveaways. Aren't those Visa cards provided by Whatnot? There's a video of him going to Walmart to buy a Visa card. You know, the one that he was looking for John and went all over with his camera already on, looking from like, I don't know, aisles away. Yeah. Sandra, love from SNK. Hi, Sandra. He wasn't asking, he mentioned. Oh my God, they switched it. Did he even get AC in the schoolhouse? And talk about elder abuse? How about making an old man sit in a hot car over an hour with AC when they ambushed Michelle and Don? I don't know. I don't watch, like, when he's just doing regular stuff, the storage stuff, I don't watch. I get told about the bashing he's doing. I end up watching that. The older videos I did because I had to watch through them all. But when they're recent, like, today or yesterday or the lives I watch, I watch his lives. But I was joking. Oh, there he is. I was joking around. I mean, come on. What the hell? You can't have fun anymore. I can't comedy. Well, they take everything everybody says seriously. So, and not only do they take what you say, they literally twist it. Sorry, my throat is so dry. Sorry, that one, feet, one foot. At the end, that was the last time I watched them. I stopped before kind of went back. That was it. Did it for me. That 1 feet. Oh, 10 feet video. Yeah, that was bullshit. It's the voice to text, dude. It comes out so wrong. Yeah, I know somebody else who does the voice to text. It makes things come out wrong, and she should stop. 10 feet. That's where 100% seen the twist of how he twisted shit to fit his narrative. And that was the last time. Yeah, that's messed up. There you are, Dreamweaver. So, and I sent you the pics I got on here to hear I got tired of that car. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, what? That's why I showed them again. I showed them earlier, hon. And, but I said, let's just show these again. Yeah, she doesn't have a car? Okay. But, okay, I'll stop. What I miss? Yeah. Someone was really having a hard time, Dreamweaver. They're upset that I didn't get them tires when they had a funeral to go to. I shouldn't even just mention that. That's just wrong. I don't know. I can't even believe some of the things these people say. But talk to text is my friend sometimes. Then I see the very true Guapo video. Then I related it back to everything else that had happened and realized he's a man of God, but there's so much evil in his heart. Yeah. Oh, cool. Cool, Dreamweaver. I figured that's why you sent them to show him. Hopefully, yeah. I wish, like, if you just wanted me to see him, I'm sorry. I thought you sent it for everybody to see. But, that's pretty much what happened to me. The only thing is, I didn't see the 10 feet video. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know who or what Michelle or any of that was about until afterwards. Shirt, I put it just for the pics. Oh my god, I did it. Hold on. What were you wearing? Hold on. All right, on. She had the Lysol shirt. She had Guapo's shirt on. Oh my god. I'll show it again. Hold on. I just had to bring it into a different screen so it was bigger so I could see. Oh, that's great. That's fabulous. There you go. She's got Guapo's Lysol shirt on. That's awesome. Fabulous. He'll love that. That's cool, man. That's awesome. I'm waiting for mine. That's probably why I didn't notice it right away. But I think he packed it up today. He signed it because I had said something in the chat. I pulled up in his chat and he went and sent me another one. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you, Dreamweaver. I'm glad you're able to, go to the funeral and also be able to just not worry and be able to do the things that you got to do with, your therapy and stuff like that as well. That's awesome. I'm so glad you got 4 tires instead of like 2 and then wondering if and when you'd have to change out. I think that's amazing. Now you don't have to worry about it at all. And it's due to everybody here. That's amazing people, So that's awesome. Travis's fence looks like a crackhead video. Hold on. So hey Pidge, Travis's fence looks like a crackhead video. Yeah, he's trying to say that or people are trying to say that fence is like more expensive than Michelle's. It's about no, it's not. It's actually cheaper than Michelle's. And I don't know many people that put a fence down in the ground like that. That thing's gonna go down. But whatever. The back is even better. Us too, Lisa. Thank you. Leaving at 8 a.m. Wow, you need to go get some sleep. Are you driving? Who's driving? I didn't know Martha needed a license to pay for her broom. Yeah, it's pretty funny that all of a sudden. Put it back up again. I want everyone on that site to call it. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. No. Have we got to actually? No, I didn't. There's no. We didn't talk about it. So the difference between Germ and Jim Jones is Germ would have charged for the Kool-Aid. There you go. There's an opinion for you. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, time is it? It's 2:25. That goes to show how Travis projects look. You just write for Germ's handyman, right? What's your favorite color, Lisa? Asking for someone else. My favorite color? Depends on what it is. I mean, am I wearing it? Am I... You know, at least it's been a hell of a day. I mean, hell of a day. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Have a good night. You said you get my email address the other day that I put up on the chat. You put it in the chat? No, then I did not get it. While channel surfing, I caught a portion of Willis's fence erupting, and I burst out laughing. Especially when he wiggled it. Yep, so strong there. Did he use cement? Curious, did he use cement? Because they were literally saying how we didn't and we did. No cement? Oh my god. So the fence he accidentally knocked down, he put back up with no cement. Idiot. Can't worry about going to medical appointments. I was worried every time she left the house. Aw. That's been going on for a while, huh? Oh, y'all. Night, everyone. Need a couple hours sleep before we go. Good night, Dreamweaver. Have a safe ride. I know you will. Good night, Cindy. First hard win in Travis's flanks of the gone. Yeah, well, you know what? Hurricane season's pretty much here, on its way. Right about now is when usually you get like one or two. I don't know. The way I remember, it's like early August and September into mid-October. But they've been going even later than that. I think it started in like May. But I don't really see... I've never seen any earlier than like right now. But people will argue with me that they have. They've traveled... Yep. Yep. We poured here earlier. Oh my goodness. I need to go to the ladies' room. Our night Carlos worms. What's for flat? Yes. Thinking of Nana today. Consider each word, please. People on the Gulf Coast don't like that word. Right? Yeah, they've been hit bad the past 2 years. Bad. Unfortunately, they're saying it should be, they're expecting a 60%. Well, see, I'm going to get it wrong. I remember it's 60%. Shit. It's going to be bad this year. This is what they say. But what that means, where it's going to be bad, I don't know. It's been really weird, though. It's been raining every day. It's like we're getting those April showers now. Any haters or doubters, I'm not mad with y'all. I'm sending y'all love, light, pray for your blessing. Thank you, Dreamweaver. They're manipulating the weather. I think so. It's weird, man. I go on vacation next week. Okay. I've been pulled in many directions dealing with this, and it's hard despite it for you. New York people who do it. Yeah, that's true. Todd, you in the pool? Oh my gosh. It's weird too, guys. When I went out, I got like tired all of a sudden. Where's... I can't find the cannonball. Oh, there it is. New York is flooded right now? Where in New York? Arizona is so dry. Yeah, yeah. If my pool is not so damn cold, I would go jump in. Oh man, I I wish I had a pool in my backyard right now. I grew up with a pool in my backyard. I wish I did. I could just go down the road. I got like 3 pools, like 2 blocks away. But the ocean is better naked. Ew, I don't know. The ocean is better naked? Ugh, I don't know. Salty, I love the ocean, don't get me wrong, but I did it again. I'm gonna go to drink. I'll be right back. Sorry, there's no one to talk to while I walk away, but I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Took me a minute. What's going on? I'll be a bit shrinkage for you. What are you talking about? Now I'm cold. My house is freezing. Beautiful thing. Whew. Hey, Renee. Oh my goodness. Time is it now? It's 30. Okay. I'm gonna have to get going, guys. It was a big day. I am kind of tired. I have some things to do tomorrow, but I will be back tomorrow night. As long as I still have a channel, apparently I'm gonna get a report. I'm been getting reported all night. Whatever, it is what it is. Nothing was done wrong here, and Michael is not banned, not that I know of. So, anyway, yeah, I don't know. So I think I'm gonna get going. That's it. Northern California, Southern California, shrinkage. Come on now, cold up here. Yep. If I'm not here, whatever, I'll be on Rumble. So, just so you know, heads up. We'll find out. There's no reports that have come through yet, so I don't see anything. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out while I was late tonight and chilling. I know that you guys were chatting away, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. Definitely check out our mods channels, and prayers for everybody out there. And again, thank you so much for making it to the Dreamweaver can go to her funeral and doesn't have to worry about her vehicle anymore. I really, really appreciate the help, and I think that was amazing. You guys are awesome. You need me time with Gabe. He's sleeping already. Thank you guys again, and I'll be back tomorrow night at 10. If I'm not here, I'll be on Rumble or both. So, thank you so much. Have a great night, great day, depending on where you are, and enjoy your life, no matter the circumstance. Good night, guys. Ta-ta. Good night. Bye. 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 Yep. Goonie goo goo and a toodaloo. Bye.